Ladies and gentlemen, as everyone knows by now, football is back, and the Vikings are 0-2. If you're looking for something to get you away from watching this horrible Vikings team, then I want to tell you the easiest way to get some action on the NFL as a whole. It's Underdog Fantasy and their Pick'em game. All you have to do is pick higher or lower on your favorite player's stats, and you can win up to 20 times your money in a single night. Underdog keeps it super simple with their easy-to-use website and mobile apps. All you have to do is pick between 2 and 5 players, fill out your entry, get every pick right, and take home some cash. Use the code 10K and get your first deposit doubled up to $100 by Underdog. Once again, that's code 10K on the Underdog app, or go to www.underdogfantasy.com.
On this episode of It's a Bit, we're joined by a good friend, former Minnesota Wild player, current member of the Arizona Coyotes, Jason Zucker, good friend of the brand, partner with him on the golf tournament, just getting his thoughts and perspective before training camp and joking around. So it's a good interview with Jason. There's also a variety of Minnesota sports topics we got to cover. The Vikings losing to the Eagles on Thursday night, Buttergate, Dalton Reisner, Gophers losing to UNC, Twins are on the playoff push, the Wild start training camp, a little bit of golf stuff. We're also going to go into our bits of the week as always, including my adventure with the one-chip challenge on the golf course. Terrible idea, as you could probably suspect. And we're going to end the show by drafting our 3 favorite, actually our 5. We changed it to 5, right?
Yeah.
5 favorite fantasy football teams. So all of that and more on It's a Bit.
To the top, never going down, don't wait for the drop. Never stand still, that's the motto. Yeah, brand new bands for the auto. Oh, foot to the ground, full throttle. Big energy for the night like lotto. Damn, y'all talk lots, never this quiet. Life like a Seinfeld plot. Vault full of songs, all of them bombs. Something like a minefield guy. Boom. Get it, tickets running out quick. Bet it, never get it out big.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of It's a Bit, presented by 10,000 Takes. My name is Bossman, joined by producer Cam and Wags. No journalist Jake. He'll be joining us for the Zucker interview coming up, but it's just us fellas. Let's. I know we got a lot to get into, so I guess we'll just start with Thursday. The Vikings lost to the Eagles on primetime again. Somehow we get that game twice in a row, 2 years in a row, in Philly on primetime.
Week 2 as well.
Week 2. At least this time it was a Thursday. I don't know why Monday Night Football is more scary than Thursday Night Football, especially with the primetime Kirk stuff. But what did you guys think of the game?
I don't even know. The turnovers are killing us. I think we're going to start with the turnovers. I think we had 7 turnovers in the first 7 quarters of our season. If you want to win football games, that can't happen. And as a Vikings fan, it just feels like it's Groundhog's Day. Every single year it's the same with the turnovers and the fumbling and the issues. And
Four fumbles.
4 fumbles.
In this game.
Yeah, three I think the game before. And it's just, I can't do this shit anymore. I'm exhausted.
I mean, if it's not one thing, it's the fucking other.
Yeah.
Our offense is good now.
Dude, how fun was it to watch Kirk sling the ball? It was a blast.
Kirk was fantastic on Thursday, and if you think otherwise, then you should probably see a psychiatrist. But, well, we can't run the ball, so that's still a problem.
Yeah.
Madison, he's going to be okay, I think. It's just our offensive line is Swiss cheese, plus the Eagles' front 7 is great. But our run defense,
Yeah.
that was like, I've never seen anything that bad in a while.
I heard KOC talking about it after the game when he says other teams aren't going to be able to do that to the Vikings because the only reason they were able to do that to the Vikings is because they also had a quarterback who was a threat running the ball. Which is an interesting.
That's one spin on it.
Well, he was like most teams don't have a dynamic quarterback like Jalen Hurts who are going to be able to do the things on the ground that Jalen can do, which makes sense to a certain extent. But he's just pretty much saying, hey, if you have Ryan Tannehill handing it off to Derrick Henry, I don't think they're going to be doing that.
I can think of 7 other quarterbacks who can do that.
So what you're telling me is that when we play the Chiefs in a couple weeks, they're going to have 400 yards rushing.
Yeah,
500.
That's almost like what Ed Donatel did before the playoff game last year. He basically just said like we have no answer for it, so we're just gonna send it.
Well, Ed, I remember him just saying, yards aren't points. Like we'll give up all the yards in the world. He just lets them drive down the field. That leads to points.
It does
Ed.
lead to points.
God, now we're just way
Field
off
goal at
topic.
the worst.
But Cam was right. We ran the ball 9 times total on Thursday.
That's bad.
Yeah.
But the encouraging thing is with the defense is that our Brian Flores actually has like a brain, and unlike spread Donatel, to where I'm
can't cover the spread Donatel.
Yeah, like I'm actually still like holding on faith that we'll be okay. Plus, in the first half, like our defense was great.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was awesome until the Eagles found that little glitch, that Madden glitch, and they started exploiting it. But the the passing offense is kind of what I really like about the Vikings. It was so fun to watch Justin Jefferson, Jordan Addison, T.J. Hawkinson. It was fun to watch everyone except for, I want to say, yes, you knew exactly where I was going for that. I don't know what his drop issue is. The first game, he got a ball ripped out of his hands for an interception. I was really looking forward to this year. I really thought he would keep improving from what he did last year. He almost had 1,000 yards receiving last year, and the first 2 weeks, I don't like what I see from him.
Yeah. Going back to all the drops, the fumbles, the KJ Osborne drops, I've started the conversation around Buttergate, as you saw on the viral TikTok from what is that account again, Cam?
The Final Report.
The Final Report. They have a YouTube page, a TikTok page, Instagram, and they basically interview fans right after games on primetime to get their reactions. At least they did it with us at Tom's Watch Bar in Minneapolis, and we basically gave the reasoning that Philly is buttering the balls up, which makes no sense in hindsight considering that teams provide their own balls. I forgot with Deflategate, it was an advantage to deflate their own balls, whereas I claim that we're putting butter on it. It's not a he said, she said thing. The balls are slippery, and we need to clean that up. Someone actually sent me a screenshot of one of the footballs during the hold, and there was a glisten on it. There was like a glare on it from how buttery it was. I swear to God, we'll say this, someone on the inside of the Vikings who manages the balls, the ball manager, is an inside horse for Philly, and he was spraying cooking spray all over that ball before the game because there's no way in one half that we fumbled the ball 4 times from 4 different positions. JJ's fumble especially was pretty rare considering that guy rarely makes mistakes like that. And if it's 6 inches closer to his body when he throws that out, that's a touchdown.
Yeah.
So
Lando Lakes is on the hot seat.
Ooh. Why?
They're probably the butter.
They might be. They might be are they? Well, they're the official butter of the team. They have the big banner at U.S. Bank.
That's what I'm saying. They're on the hot seat. They're going to lose their sponsorship here pretty soon.
Well, the inside guy has access to all this butter via team sponsorship, and the Eagles are telling him to lather up those balls, and they're doing it. I mean, look at the picture on Twitter. There's a glisten on the ball. But, yeah, let's be honest. The fumbles are a problem. The run defense is shit. Kirk plays amazing. Colin Cowherd still says he sucks in primetime. Nothing has changed.
Well, and then on top of that, after he says Kirk sucks, Colin's like, then you know what the Jets need to do? The Jets need to trade for Kirk Cousins. That's going to help their Super Bowl chances. Like, if Kirk sucks, why would a team trade for him to win the Super Bowl? He's such a hypocrite. That pisses me off so much. And on top of that, the 4 fumbles too, by the way, I want to say if just one of them doesn't happen, the Vikings win that game.
Right.
Yeah.
Which makes it so much more frustrating to be a fan. Like just four fumbles, and if you just kept one of those, you're fine. Like
at the same time, at least it wasn't like last year and we got beat by 30 points.
Yeah.
Well, and something I realized this year that you said that Brian Flores gives us hope. He switched I'm not good at the X's and O's, but he switched the defense to like a 5-4 instead of a 4-5 or something like that, right? He switched the scheme. Cam?
3-4 to 4-3.
3-4 to 4-3.
But
those are the numbers.
He claims that he's going to play whatever front.
Okay.
Whatever opponent's in front of him, that's what front he's going to play.
But still, I remember everyone who knows more about the X's and O's of football last year telling me that there was a ton of players who should have been in the scheme we're in this year that were not what am I trying to say? Like
scheme friendly last year.
Yeah, they were not great in that scheme. And this year, you see guys like Daniil Hunter. He's leading the league in sacks right now.
He's a monster.
He has 4 sacks in 2 games.
Yeah,
so this just proves why we needed the right guy at defensive coordinator to unlock these players' ability.
Yeah, I mean he turned undrafted free agent Ivan Pace Jr. into, I think he's the top rated PFF defender right now. And through the first 2 weeks, undrafted rookie, killing it right now. All because of Brian Flores and everything that he can do with that defense. It's actually. We're 0-2 right now, and everyone's talking about the world's over. The best team in the NFC North's 1-1. We're one game out of first place. There's no need to freak out that much. Even if we lose this next game, we still have a pretty decent shot of making the playoffs with this division we're currently in.
Yeah, life's fine. Everyone can calm down.
And it's not like we're getting destroyed. Like we're gonna be okay.
We're losing because of self-forced errors, right?
Yeah, we're beating ourselves, so it's not like we're getting outplayed by other teams because we're really not.
So speaking of KJ and JJ, I don't know if you guys saw this picture on Twitter, but there's this female here.
I saw that.
Who's holding a jewel, which I don't know where. I thought jewels were like banned or something.
Not called. Girls are still ripping them somehow.
Yeah. The Snapchat story says KJ Jefferson, our QB1, just snapped me after we quote unquote get this win. I'm trying to suck them titties. Ma'am, KJ Jefferson is not our QB1. You've got. What?
I'm not trying to burst your bubble, but KJ Jefferson is the starting quarterback for Arkansas.
Oh.
I'm really not trying to ruin the bit, but I just know that that's a fact.
Oh, so you thought that this girl was like getting catfished by some guy pretending to be the quarterback of the Minnesota Vikings?
I thought she was severely butchering a Vikings player's name, whether it was KJ Osborne, Justin Jefferson. I thought she was getting freaky with one of those.
No, that picture is pretty much because Arkansas's quarterback pretty much told her, "Hey, we're gonna win tonight, and after that, I'm going over to your house to suck your titties."
Okay, see, I thought we were gonna come back from the city of brotherly love and get some titties sucked. So
it is funny though, because Arkansas did lose to BYU, so instead of getting his titty sucked, they are just soaking.
They got beat by Mormons.
They got what do they do? What do the Mormons do sexually? Yeah, did he at least get soaked?
Probably, and then you move the bed back and forth. So
right.
He at least gets soaked.
I was really hoping that this was a girl claiming she was gonna get her titty sucked by a Viking player.
Yeah, KJ Jefferson. I can see where you thought it. Yeah, that's
and then
hilarious.
Okay, that. I've been educated. We'll go there. More positive news. They did cover the spread 6.5. A little backdoor cover, by the way, with that final touchdown. So those of you who bet on it, at least we got that coming out of it. And I think we have an O-lineman now, thanks to such a shit performance by our current O-line. And another week where Kirk gets hit every single play. He's getting up all the time. Probably making all those noises he made in the quarterback documentary. And now we have is it Dalton Risner or Reisner? Reisner?
Yeah.
Okay, I've been battling with that all week. But Dalton Reisner now, who is a free agent, who played with the Broncos previously, is now on the Vikings. He took a trip to Minnesota like a month ago. He tweeted out the picture of like an entire flight directory, which was hilarious that people knew he was coming to Minnesota just because there was 4 flights out of like 200 on that board going to MSP.
Yeah.
One of the most popular international airports in the country. But he's a Viking now, so that should help, right?
Yeah, I'm super pumped for Reisner, but my thing is like, who's out? Ingram? Hopefully.
I hope so.
Like, Darisaw should be back. So then if you have Darisaw, Cleveland, Bradbury, or Schlottman, whichever one plays, which it is what it is, and then Reisner and O'Neal, like, pretty good line.
That's not bad, at least.
Ed Ingram needs to go, so as long as you get him out of there, I think things will be okay. I think Kirk was the most hit quarterback in the league last year, and I think he's on pace to double it after the first 2 games this year. So this was, if you didn't want Kirk Cousins to get murdered this year, you needed that sign-in.
Well, and as you saw on our socials, Jake and I went to the Dick's Sporting Goods at the Ridgedale Mall and actually met Kirk on Sunday. We were in the midst of a ton of children, and Jake was dressed fully in his Kirk Cousins outfit, cleats and everything. But I was like afraid to put my arm around him for the photo because I was afraid that he was so bruised up. Like the way he gets spear tackled on that fumble he had, how hard he got hit, and when he dropped the ball because it was covered in butter, the fact that he that he got hit that hard, like this poor guy still shows up a few days later to sign autographs for kids and one drunken adult wearing a helmet. And yeah, dude, he's an absolute warrior. I still don't get how people don't respect him. The fact that he takes all those hits and isn't, there are some quarterbacks out there, Cam, your elbows on that cord. We learned that during the radio show. That's a dead zone right there.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. Thing's fucked.
We learned something new. Is it gone?
Yeah, it's just if you put your forearm on it, it starts to. Wait, can you hear it? No, I can't.
No, it's gone.
Anyways, Kirk's a warrior. Kirk's an absolute fucking warrior. It was awesome that him and Jake met. We went up to him, and we were like, he just saw Jake, and he goes, "You did it. You finally did it." But I've never heard him laugh the way that he would just like. As Jake and I would hand the phone back and forth to take pictures, he was giggling in a way I've never heard. It was like,
yeah, he has a little giggle.
And it was so goofy, and he just keeps looking at Jake, and he's just laughing his ass off. Jake was so nervous when he was taking the photo of me and him that he was shaking, and he even said, "Oh my God, I'm shaking." And it's like, Jake,
calm down, dude.
You've talked to this guy before, face to face, like just over Zoom.
Did Jake come?
His pants were white, so I would assume he did. Kirk also mentioned, he goes, "Oh, you got some Adidas pants. Those are nice." Like he was complimenting the pants that we bought Jake as a joke on Amazon.
Oh, that's such a Kirk move to compliment the pants. That's hilarious.
Yeah.
I'm so glad that Kirk is such a nice guy, and that's hilarious that the first thing he says to Jake is, "You did it," when they finally met.
We did it, Joe.
Of course exactly. Of course I didn't. I'm gonna come. Of course I didn't I cut off the video when he when Jake said, "Hey, Jake from 10,000 Takes," and he goes, I remember you," and then he goes, "God bless," and as he said "God," it like cut off, but he clearly binges the content, which is just fantastic to hear. So, long story short, we need to protect this guy.
Yes.
So if there are people out there who are like, "Oh, is Dalton Reiser's the best we can get?" It's like, it's someone.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure now you can fact check me on this. I don't know if it's 100% like true, but I saw it on Twitter. Dalton Reisner was the number 1 graded PFF offensive lineman last year.
Yeah.
In the league.
And he got hurt, right? Is that why he got dumped?
Yeah, or like, well, first of all, PFF sucks.
Yeah.
Correct.
But I think they just didn't re-sign him. I don't know for sure, but like, what the fuck?
It was weird.
I can't believe he was still there.
He's
Broncos,
only 28 years old too. For some
Yeah.
reason, I thought he was going to be like, because of no one re-signed him, right? I just thought he was a 35-year-old, maybe washed up. I'm so surprised that he's only 28. And the way he was talking in the team's like, they released a promo video of him re-signing. The way he was talking, he made it sound like he was going to be in Minnesota for years. Maybe it's just a dumb promo video, but that's what it sounded like when he was talking. Yeah, I think so too.
And like the way I look at it too, like Seattle just needed offensive line help. They signed Jason Peters. He's 41.
I saw that.
He has an AARP card.
Yeah, he's eyeing down retirement pretty soon.
Good God. Yeah, like 3 years ago.
Also, I asked myself why the Broncos wouldn't re-sign one of the top-graded linemen of the year or whatever, but then I forgot that the Broncos like to lose. So
They specialize in it.
yeah, they're pretty good at that regardless of who's coaching. So it kind of makes sense. But it's exciting. The one thing that I wanted to ask you guys about is there was a lot of discussions from some people we know on Twitter about the fact that Vikings Twitter was the reason he got signed. The jury's out on that for me. I don't know if I'm 100% in on that. Our source, well, everyone knows Skull Bros on Twitter. We know him personally. He's not wrong about shit very often. So I don't want to doubt him, but it's also very hard for me to believe that a general manager is using – I've seen what some of these people tweet, that a general manager would be taking their advice. That's almost worse than Chuck Fletcher using the trade grade apps to help make decisions. If a GM needs to lean on Twitter to help make decisions – then the future of the ship is in trouble.
100%. Twitter should never be any. If you're a general manager, you should not be on Twitter. Stay away from Twitter. The only thing that Twitter's going to do for you is get more death threats sent directly to your inbox. That's it. Like, don't listen to fans. We don't know what we're talking about. We're emotional. We're crazy because we've been watching the team for however many years we've been alive, right? The GMs are supposed to be the rational, calm guys who don't get caught up in this BS. So I just don't see a way where we convinced Kwesi via tweets.
I know. Maybe it played into it. Maybe it was like whoever was pushing for this in that room said, "Well, the fans want it." Maybe that's as close as they got. Someone who has a little bit better of a pulse on the fan base who is in that room, who might not be the general manager himself. I just have a hard time believing that a general manager is on Twitter. There's no way. There's absolutely no way if you're a general manager, for your own sanity and safety, that you're even typing in that address bar, Twitter.com.
Vikings Twitter is getting real cocky right now. I see, okay, now that we got Dalton Reisner to the team, it's time to get Kareem Hunt to the team, and they're getting all pumped up.
Well, he's going back to the Browns because
that horrible injury to Nick Chubb.
I don't think Nick Chubb has a leg anymore.
Oh my God, I'm just thinking about that injury, and I started fucking getting an ache. That's disgusting.
I hate it. I love Nick Chubb,
dude. His leg bent backwards. It was not a fun sight.
That was the same leg that in 2011 or 2012 or 2014, one of those years, he tore like his ACL, his MCL, his CLC. Like there was all these acronyms I'd never heard of that he did damage to on that same knee. So
yeah, tough. You heard it here first, though. Cam Akers is going to be traded to the Cleveland Browns
because of Browns Twitter.
No, the Rams pretty much said they're trading Akers
because of producer Cam _10K.
Yeah,
said it first.
Correct.
Why do they?
Schefter who?
Yeah.
Why do they want to trade Cam Akers?
We'll get to it in my bit.
Because they're gonna put Stetson Bennett at running back.
Stetson Bennett is at an AA meeting right now.
Oh gosh.
Oh, did he get a DUI?
No, but I think he's got some issues. They said that he has issues that are bigger than football.
Allegedly.
Right
okay,
allegedly.
I know.
And at one point he did get some like drunk disorderly conduct at the end of his Georgia career.
Who among us haven't picked up a drunk disorderly conduct?
Well, we had a friend in college who should have gotten a DUI, but instead he got reckless driving while under the influence of alcohol, which is less of a ticket.
Yeah, How the fuck is that not just a DWI?
I don't know. It's somehow better. But going back to Stetson Bennett, his issues that are much bigger than football. I'm going to take a crack at it. It's the fact that he is a 26-year-old man and he has a flip phone.
And he's a rookie in the
Yeah.
NFL as a 26-year-old.
He
That's a problem.
He needs help.
That is a problem.
You should go to church if you're using a flip phone at the age of 26.
What,
If you're
what are you doing?
If it's like your grandpa and he's like 70 and he's like, I don't trust smartphones, it's like, cool, you've been around, you've never needed them, you don't need them now, you don't have a lot of time left, there's no reason you need to adapt. If you're 26 and you're a quarterback of the national championship winning team 2 years in a row in the SEC, how do you not at least even have Tinder, let alone a fucking smartphone?
Because he doesn't need Tinder. The ladies literally just spread their
suppose.
legs at his doorstep.
I guess.
I'm
though.
just saying, if you're going to be the quarterback of a team that's going to win the national championship or go to the national championship, you need to be social media savvy because you're never going to have that opportunity and that many eyes on you for the rest of your fucking life, and you need to take advantage of that. So it's weird that he really didn't, and he got drafted, the 5th, 6th round, maybe a little earlier than that, and then now he's away from the team.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. It is Ryan Leaf 2.0.
Well, and
really,
speaking of social media, every time the Vikings play the Eagles or the Eagles do anything in general, there's always some comedy that comes out of it. A few good videos we saw from Thursday's game was the Eagles fan who was just walking a Vikings helmet with a dog leash.
Yeah.
Rude, but funny.
So funny.
That's great. That's
was dying.
genius.
No, it was a good bit. It's funny because Eagle fans, they forgot that they used to be like the Vikings for many years until they won with Carson Wentz and Nick Foles. They didn't win a Super Bowl for almost
How ridiculous is it to say that out loud, that when they won that Super Bowl at our stadium with Nick Foles and Carson Wentz, two guys who, are they even on teams anymore? Neither of them?
Nick Foles is not.
He was like a third string with the Colts last year. And when
Yeah.
we put him in, it was an
Bad.
absolute disaster.
Looking.
Carson Wentz is also
Carson,
out.
he is for
practicing.
sure a free agent.
He's practicing in 3 different teams' equipment for fuck's sake.
He's going to be in Manhattan probably in a couple weeks. We'll
Yeah.
see.
Nick
Or
Foles
New Jersey.
is a free agent.
yeah.
So they're both free agents.
Yeah, and that was their first ever Eagles Super Bowl win. And then they go to the Super Bowl last year, right? And now their fan base just acts like they're a fucking dynasty.
I know.
When they forget they're a few years removed from poverty.
What?
Can you do me a favor and just wave in front of your camera?
Oh, we have some focus issues again. Look at this.
Yes.
Working on the fly.
Our-
It's bananas, though, that the Eagles didn't win a... doing like jazz hands right now and trying to
Just
get
put
this.
your hand out like this, and just like, and then it'll focus on
and then
that.
pull it back. Whoa. That didn't work.
No, I made it worse.
Come on.
fine.
Whatever. All right, we'll move on. This is bad
Move on.
radio. But it is crazy to think that they won that Super Bowl with Nick Foles and Carson Wentz, and they haven't won a Super Bowl with like the Jalen Hurts era. If they don't win this year, that's an absolute shock that they went 2 years in a row with this good of a roster, without winning.
What's funny is they don't even look that good right now.
I know.
And
The
they're
Vi-
2-0.
Again, Vikings had 4 turnovers. If they have one less, they win that game. I'm
And
telling
they barely
you.
beat the Patriots. Patriots are not good.
Mac Jones
And-
went off against them.
Yeah. And also, the tush push is the dumbest fucking thing in the world.
What is that? I don't even know.
It's when the running back lines up directly behind the quarterback and they start shoving his ass to
the-
get him over the line.
The Eagles
Oh.
don't do just the running back. They have the whole 53-man
you're right.
roster
Yeah,
behind Jalen
they
Hurts.
have multiple guys
This-
behind him.
This isn't fucking rugby. Like,
Well,
this should be banned.
They're just asking to be part of the next butt fumble at that point.
Yeah, but it works every time. It's unstoppable.
Why
Every time
why
they
don't
have
the
a-
Vikings adapt that? Why doesn't KOC working on pushing people's asses?
Probably is.
We need to stick KOC, the big cock, into others' ass.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Bonk.
What are we doing, Bonk? Sorry, I'm horny. The other one, the other one that happened was there was a Vikings fan and an Eagles fan collectively teaming up to beat the shit out of another Eagles fan, which was something I never thought I'd see.
Yeah, I think we tweeted out the video, and I think like you had a caption like things you'll never see Vikings and Eagle fans work. Something along those lines. And I just see some fucking D-bag just comment right under the post like, typical 10K. Leave it to you guys to encourage violence to the masses.
Yep.
And I just wanted to respond. Where in here are we promoting violence? We're not telling people to go out and fucking beat people up in stadiums. We're not saying this is a good thing. We're just pointing out the funny thing that an Eagles fan and a Vikings fan are teaming up to fight another Eagles fan.
It's probably those same nerds who think fighting shouldn't be in hockey.
Yeah, who want to ban it because of the children. Children love fights.
I'll actually take it one step further. The fights in the primetime games this year have to stop.
They do.
Every primetime game there's been a fight, and literally last Sunday night, I don't know if you guys saw this, a Patriots fan died.
Yeah, R.I.P. A dad.
He got beat
He's
to
a father.
death.
With his son right next to him.
Yeah, he got punched, and then
Fucking crazy.
the punch didn't like kill him. It was his head hitting the pavement
Yeah.
after getting
Yeah.
knocked out. Yeah.
No,
And
that's not a great place to be punched.
And then
Considering
the Steelers-Browns game last night, this dude just fucking punched a woman.
Yeah. Oh, and so I saw that clip resurface.
She hit him first.
That's an older clip, though.
Oh, it is?
That was from like 2 years ago. I don't know why it
Still.
just resurfaced.
Do you guys remember, like, even spring training baseball games this year, people were getting
Jeez.
knocked the fuck out? I'm not sure. It's just beer and sports fans. There's something, the combo, I mean, we see it in Europe all the time with soccer, right? The combo of that is just not good.
It's fine. Like, have an
I mean, it
argument,
can be
but
fine.
don't kill somebody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good God.
Yeah, that.
There's violence doesn't
walk
need
away.
to be. We're going to a fucking football game to watch football, to drink beers, and to have fun. There's no reason anyone needs to get punched in the face.
No. The worst I think it should get to is like a screaming match, which is usually what leads to.
Like what you did at the Gopher
Yeah,
game,
yeah,
when you
with
told
the-
him to
yeah.
fuck off. Like that's
Me and that guy weren't throwing haymakers.
No, and afterward you guys apologized, and he took his loss like a man. So.
Yes, there's no reason it should ever get past that point. Yeah, this focus is fucking Cam. Just do you want to turn the dial on the camera? I think that's what it is. I don't know if autofocus is on it. It's pissing me off. Let's speaking of the Gophers, let's move on. Pissing me off. They lost 31-13 to UNC, who should not be allowed to be good at football considering how good they've been at basketball in the
Yeah,
past.
they're a basketball school, and now they're kicking our ass in
This is
football too. It's
It's atrocity.
yeah, it's not a good look. This was for me, it was just a horrible game to watch. No fun at all. I think I only ended up watching half of it because I just keep turning the TV for a little bit and turning it back just because it was depressing. I mean, what are your guys' takeaway from that game?
It was hell.
Yeah.
It was kind of cool to see us play North Carolina for some reason. Like, it was just a...
Did it feel like a big-ish deal?
Yeah, and it was a really good jersey matchup game.
It was good colors.
It's like about it.
That was
the jerseys were cool. That's the
the only
takeaway.
thing
our
was
helmets.
good.
Our helmets kicked ass.
Yeah, they always do.
Yeah.
Dude, did you see fucking reporters like bitching at PJ about you're going away from the traditional look, like people don't like this, and he's like, people love this. What are you
This is
talking
the future.
about? Yeah,
Oh my God. We need to
also-
change things up every now and then.
agreed.
Jack Henderson, him. Like
Henderson.
Do you guys know who that is?
Henderson?
Number 20 on the Gopher defense. He's a safety. That dude fucking murdered people the whole game.
True. Their quarterback for UNC was unreal. That was it Drake or sorry May?
Drake May.
May.
Yeah,
May.
until Jack Henderson put him in a grave.
Yeah, yes, he did do that. He plays hard. I remember that hit you're talking about, but
He was like Harrison Smith out there. It was
Yeah.
crazy. That was like the only good player that played. And Corey Crooms looked all right.
it'd be nice
Otherwise-
to see Harrison Smith play like that this year. I haven't really seen him that much, really.
Other than
Yeah.
when he absolutely laid out that guy
Yeah,
on the interception or
blocking.
or it was a block.
Yeah. Some
On a
was it Theo, the safety named Theo? He picked someone off, and then
Theo Jackson.
Yeah, Theo Jackson, and Harrison Smith just destroyed a motherfucker. We posted that video. We had a lot of Eagles,
fans. Go Birds! Go Birds! It's like, why don't you go punch someone at a tailgate?
Hey, they'd love
But don't
to.
kill them.
Don't
We
tempt
don't
them.
promote violence here.
They're like dogs.
Yeah.
All dogs do is bark. All Eagles fans say, go Birds.
Dude,
Yeah, shut up.
I saw like a Vikings fan. They filmed their like walk into the stadium, and they were just getting screamed at by people right the whole entire time. I was just watching that video. I was like laughing to myself. Like I guarantee you, all these people just screaming obscenities at this Viking fan. They go home at night. They rest their head on the pillow. They're like, I'm a good person.
Yeah.
Like I'm just like looking at this. Like these are fucking crazy motherfuckers. Who this is just football. Let's relax.
City's a dump.
Brotherly love.
A city of champions.
It is
My
funny
ass.
that the most aggressive people come from the city of brotherly love. I think that name is just starting to be just a massive ironic.
That's actually a great fit. Now that I think about it, call yourselves the city of brotherly love, but just beat the shit out of everyone.
Yeah, like we'll just call Minneapolis the city of safety and no crime. Like that's just basically what they're doing in Philly. Is they don't love anybody there. They only love. I don't even think they love each other either. There's no way.
The only three things I like about the city of Philadelphia is it's always sunny in Philadelphia.
Correct.
Bryce Harper and cheesesteaks.
Oh, the cheesesteaks kick
those
ass.
are
Thank you,
Otherwise-
Philly, for that.
Otherwise, light it on fire.
First Creed movie was pretty good. They did a lot of stuff in
Rocky,
Philadelphia.
yeah.
I could go without those.
The
They're in the
Rocky-
past. Already saw them. We don't need them again. Light it
Rocky
on fire.
4.
Is that
Damn it, you're
is that the
un-American.
Russian one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're un-American if you wanna close out Rocky 4.
We
that movie
we need to just put a bunch of horse shit in the whole city and just
see,
let
but
it
We
go.
talked about this though, and I did admit on the show, and I think we all did, if the Vikings were to win a Super Bowl, and you had, what's the craziest thing you'd do? I mean, I guess I would eat horse shit for the Vikings to win a Super Bowl.
yeah.
I would.
I personally wanted to see the Eagles win the Super Bowl last year to see what crazy shit they would do to top the last time they won it. So
no.
it's pure entertainment, Cam. It's hilarious. It was so much fun to lay in bed and just scroll and see something new pop up. It was like a slot machine. Every time I pulled that handle, oh, a guy naked on top of a van that's on fire. Pull it again. Oh, this dude's eating horse shit. Pull it again. It's a grandma chugging vodka. Like That
It was
city is
funny.
fucking. It's hilarious.
It was funny because they were destructing their own city, which is
That's
great.
what I'm saying. Burn it down. The
Yeah.
Crisco light poles is fun.
Dude, the last time Minnesota had anything like that was when the Gophers went back to back, and there was a mini riot out in Minneapolis. But this city is not anything to riot about in years. That's not politically related or related to the police.
Yeah,
like,
correct.
Not
yeah.
non-sports riots is what I meant.
I know we need a good sports riot.
That's why we don't. That's why we don't win. We've used up all of our riot cards on politics.
Yeah, that's a good point. We're
And, like, social justice
I
shit.
think most people are terrified of Minnesota even making a run for the reason of riots. I mean, we went to the what? It was game 6 against the Knights and the
Few years
Wild,
back, yeah.
2020, and we were outside a truck park. And when we won in overtime to bring it to 7 games, the streets were like mayhem.
Yeah, the horns were blasting nonstop. People were screaming at each other in the
Blasting
streets.
music, people were drinking in the streets,
The,
and that was to force a game 7 in round 1.
Yeah,
I'm convinced that the National Riot Association, I don't know if that's real, has a say over
Yeah,
all
right.
of sporting events, and they won't give us a championship because we're already in the Riot Hall of Fame.
Yeah,
That's what
I
happens.
think we need to be inducted in that because
That's what it is.
Between sports and just random reasons, some reasons that make sense, some that are just like the Gophers losing in the Frozen Four back in 2012 or something, and they destroyed Dinkytown. That's one of the ones that just that's a waste of a riot card.
Yeah.
Agreed.
What's a riot card?
It's like timeouts. You get 3 of them.
We just made it up.
You also can shit your pants twice a year. That's another rule. I've already used up both of mine this year. That's public information. I put it on Twitter. All right, moving along. Do you guys want to talk about the Gophers at all, or are we on to Northwestern?
I guess my only thing is, and I wish Jake was here because he's our Gopher expert. Besides Cam, we got Cam, so I guess I'll throw it to Cam then. Is Kaliak Manis? Is he the guy? What are your thoughts on that? It was not fun to watch him last game.
I don't know.
I over 8.5 yards rushing that hit.
You drew it. That hit like right away.
Yes.
He's got to be the guy because Cole Kramer's not. But it's hard to tell because I don't know if they're using him the right way. I really don't think they are. He's also like, you could just tell he's playing nervous.
Yeah.
Like he's not he's not being himself.
He's the starter now. That's why.
Yeah, but he's played in high pressure games on the road versus Wisconsin, able to pull out a W. Right? It's weird.
I think he'll be okay.
Okay, let's hope so.
They play Northwestern, a.k.a. the Stillwater Middle School football team.
Yeah, this is a pick-me-up.
Northwestern is fucking horrendous. So we should win by 9 million, and he should have, like, better mojo going into homecoming because we cannot have a homecoming loss again.
What's the spread on that game?
I'm going to go look at it, but whatever it is, I'm probably going to take it.
What's also the can you also give us the spread on people in attendance over under 55 people?
Oh, under.
Total.
The spread is Minnesota minus 11.5, and I will be taking that. But I will also be taking the under because Gopher unders are automatic.
I feel like this game, and I know the weather for Saturday, at least here in Minneapolis, is looking like cloudy and rainy. I feel like every time we play Northwestern, the weather sucks. Like it's always windy as shit, or it's raining, or it's cold. I feel like every time we play in that little middle school football field, Mother Nature just rains hell on the game. So I do like the under in that perspective.
I wonder what it is in Evanston, Illinois.
Evanston.
It's probably the same.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're going to murder Northwestern. So that's about all I got.
That's what the jury's
Kaliak Manis still might be the guy. He is a guy.
He's a guy. Well, we know he's a guy. We just don't know if he's the guy.
Right.
Right.
He's the guy until he's not.
And if he's not, we'll try to just bring in Tanner and see if we can sneak out a 7th year of eligibility there somewhere.
Yeah. What's the 7th year when he's already played
know.
6, right?
You just slide him under the radar. Who's gonna know?
Exactly.
How are they gonna know? Bring back him and Mariano both. How are they gonna know? How do they know?
Hey, bring back Cole Keefe while we're at it.
Yes. Dude, he was on, speaking of Underdog, in our ad, use promo code 10K to get your first deposit double up to $100. I saw Cole Keefe over 0.5 receptions on Underdog.
Oh, you got to hammer
and
that, dude.
His picture was hilarious. It's like him and his fucking red mullet, and he looks so serious.
Oh, yeah.
It was the greatest thing ever. I almost did it, but I think I already had like a few other picks I wanted to do. But if he's back on Underdog this week, I will do one just for the bit.
Dude, he was targeted 4 times game 1 in Minnesota. I remember the first 3 passes went right to him.
Yeah, it was weird. I also think he did get a catch.
Game 1, yeah, he did.
No, game 2.
He did game 1 too, didn't he?
Yeah, I know. Was it over a half touchdown?
No, I think it was a reception.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Easy money.
Is he tight end 1?
Cade Otten.
Okay, so he's
a rookie, so that's why Cole Keefe is getting some time.
Cole Keefe is the veteran on the roster now.
He's the year 2 veteran.
He's the year 2 veteran.
The year 2 veteran that looks like a 45-year-old lumberjack.
Well, think about it.
And he's also younger than all of us.
No more Gronk.
I'm 23, so I doubt it.
No more Gronk. No more Rudy. like Kokieft was like the next man up, which is crazy to
Let's
think
look up
about.
his age. Let's see how old he is.
He's 25.
Oh, yeah.
Cam, I think I know the issue with the focus.
What is that?
I'm going to tell you really quick. See the little white square on the screen up here? You have to look at the actual camera screen.
Yeah,
We're
over here.
way.
We're
Over
doing
here.
this. We're doing this.
Zane, keep it busy.
We're doing this. Put the white square on my face.
Oh, yeah, put
Just-
it right
you
there,
just
baby.
touch the screen. All right. Other news. The Twins are only 5 games away from clinching the AL Central at the time of this recording, which is Tuesday. Is 5 still the number, Cam? I believe it is.
I believe it is. They
Yeah.
are winning 2-0 right now, thanks to a Ryan. Well, there was a different run that I don't know, but Ryan Jeffers had a solo bomb.
Ryan Jeffers
Nice.
back. Also, the a bit that Cam and I are gonna do the rest of the year is anytime the Twins are just winning a game, we just say, "Are the Twins back?"
Yeah,
Is it time to talk about how the Twins are back?
it doesn't get talked about enough, really.
It's time to start the conversation, Cam. Are the Twins back?
Twins back.
Twins are back.
They're definitely back.
Ryan Jeffers, HOF.
Kenta Maeda no hitter through 3 innings.
Damn.
Twins-
Knock on wood. You better knock on wood for saying that.
Announcer's curse, baby. If
Twins
he
back.
doesn't no hit tonight, it's your fault.
I'll
Yeah.
blame Justin Morneau, considering
You're right.
he was masturbating in the booth last week.
It'll totally be my fault when Kenta Maeda has a no hitter into the 8th and he only has 85 pitches and Rocco pulls him for fucking arm soreness.
Yep.
My fault.
Had surgery, man. You know.
Even if we win the goddamn World Series, I still hope we fire Rocco Baldelli into the
Hey,
sun.
Rocco is committed to the bit. He just had Twins again, by the way. Didn't he have Twins a little bit
So,
ago?
so
Yeah, I think that was fake.
I made the original report about the Twins. I think that's when he found out he was having twins.
Okay, that makes
So
sense.
there, maternity wise, there's a 9-month gap there, or yeah,
Which makes sense.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
okay.
So the Twins were just born, but it is a good look going into the playoffs that he is having twins while managing the Twins. You got to think this is the universe saying it's our time.
It's our
I'm
time
just-
to win a playoff game.
I'm
Yeah,
really-
Single
to
playoff
win one
game.
fucking game.
I'm really, really super excited that he just had twins because this means that we're going to win a playoff game, and then after we do that, he's going to be unemployed. And then he can spend so much time with his twins.
Just a paternity leave that's indefinite.
Yes. Bye.
Gosh.
Cam,
Cam, he's kind of sick right now, but like his voice is sounding so ASMR-ish. I really like it.
It's
Thank you. I'll be here all day.
I'll be here all day.
I got you.
The chill hour.
Welcome.
Also, side note, Royce Lewis has been hitting a lot of grand slams, almost averaging 1 a game. And when he's not doing that, he's been liking some of the content on the 10K page. So it's time that we try to get him on the show.
Yes.
He said it was hilarious. I saw he liked like a few posts related to him because obviously we post about him a lot. Then he just liked a few unrelated posts as well that had nothing to do with the Twins. So that's hilarious. That'd be sick to get him on the show one day.
He's got what is he our age?
Yeah.
Or even younger?
Royce Lewis. He's
God.
probably younger than us.
I'm gonna feel so terrible
Older
when I
than
found out
me.
he's younger.
Younger than you, I think.
Probably 24. I'm guessing 24. 24 years old. Fuck, he's fucking
1 year younger than
fucking
Kokieft.
younger. He's younger than me, and he's already made 10 times as much money as I've made. So that's not very
Well,
cool.
first overall pick, they
He'll-
get the bag. So.
He also hits grand slams, and I'm not capable of doing that. So
Hey.
it kind of explains the margin of numbers there. But
Dude, you could nail a few Denny Grand Slams.
I could, and
Sounds good.
It actually does.
I am
sounds
capable of
so-
hitting the fence in beer league softball.
So there you go.
Not hitting over the fence. I never did that. I'm not a liar, but yeah. I guess final thing we can talk about, Wild training camp already starts tomorrow. Actually, the day this comes out today.
Well,
player-
round of applause for that. Right?
Yeah. Thank God we made it. I believe the first organized practice is Thursday at Tria, and all players, I don't know if all players will be practicing that day. There's a couple undisclosed injuries, but Dean says everyone should be ready to roll by night 1. So
I can't wait.
How you guys feeling?
I am. The hashtag hockey guy bit is like the Undertaker right now. It's rising from the casket. It's almost on its way back, and God, vibes are high. I'm so fucking amped.
I'm buying the Bally Sports streaming app just
You're gonna
for
do it?
I'm gonna do it just so I can watch every game this year. Also a big reason, and it's Marc-Andre Fleury. It's most likely his last year.
Yep.
He's in a wild. It's for sure gonna be his last year in a Wild uniform, right? So I definitely just want to catch his last season. I think that'd be a fun thing to watch for sure.
We
so
are
I'm
100%
getting it.
going to the opener, right?
Yes.
Oh,
we
yeah,
are. There's no doubt.
We'll be there.
Jack and I are going to the first playoff game. Are you?
Playoff game already?
Sorry, preseason game.
Preseason game.
I'm thinking of the third season.
We're going to playoffs too, though.
We're also going to the first playoff game. That's your ass.
Yeah, Jack asked me about that. I think I might be in.
That's
I just have to
so that falls on one of the greatest sports weekends of the year, and I wrote a blog about this actually on 10ktakesmn.com. But the series of events happening that weekend. So Friday through Sunday is the Ryder Cup for golf fanatics, this is a match play tournament between us and Europe. It's a very biannual big deal in the golf world. It's really all we got until the Masters. So we have that the whole weekend. Saturday morning or Saturday afternoon, Gopher football homecoming game versus Louisiana.
11 a.m.
11 a.m. Basically morning if you're a late riser like us.
And we'll be at that game.
That night, the Blackhawks play the Wild in a preseason game. That might be Bedard's first time in the XL Energy Center, so that's going to be before, he just tortures us for like 2 decades. So that's going to be a pretty big event. The Loons play that night in one of their final games of the year. The Twins are playing the Rockies and closing out the last series of the regular season.
Yep.
Just getting ready for the playoffs. And then that Sunday, the Vikings play the Panthers. Our first time versus Adam Thielen.
We had a great game Monday, by the way. Yeah.
That is a great.
I probably
great
missed
weekend.
something too.
Probably.
There's something else I probably forgot.
You were the one who wrote the blog.
I know. Well, I had someone tell me that the Loons played.
Yeah, Justin Ekstrom. Yeah.
Yeah. And I go, well, this is what I get for discontinuing the Loons update.
No
I'm
one
out of
cares about
touch.
the Loons. I probably will be at the Wild preseason game, but there is still a slight possibility I hop on a plane to Carolina after the Gopher game.
Oh,
Really?
that'd be a blast,
Yeah.
actually.
But I might be doing it by myself, so I don't.
Oh,
I
I'm
don't
very
know if I
glad
wanna
Jake.
do that.
I'm glad Jake's not here because he would fire you into the sun about how that's so weird that you would fly there by yourself to go to a game by yourself.
It's fine. I'm counting down the days till he's not my fucking roommate anymore.
Dude, so Sunday I was supposed to go to a concert with him, but I was just having a flare up of my Crohn's, right? And so I was just like, well, if you can't find anyone else to go, you just go by yourself. You're a sociable guy, like it's a music, so it's not like you really have to talk to anyone if you don't want to. You love watching this band, and his response was, "I'm not Cam. I can't go to this alone."
What concert?
Queens of the Stone Age.
What for someone that fucking talks to himself so much? Like he is. Don't get offended by this, America, but he is so schizophrenic. It's unbelievable, and he talks to himself without anyone. He's so fucking scared to be by himself in public. He's terrified of it.
Oh, we leave him at bars by himself all the time when there's 20 minutes left till bar closes.
He needs an adult at all
wants to squeeze
times.
off every minute.
Yeah,
That's
gosh.
like the only thing. But like, why are you so scared of having peace and quiet? It's not even peace and quiet when you're by yourself because you talk enough for 4 people.
Well, maybe next time, Jake, you guys are on the show together, we can just hash this out and get to the
Hash it out
bottom
over
of
a
it.
burger. That's an inside joke. Yeah. So, anyways, that's going to be a really great game. I found out in a article via our good friend Michael Russo in the Athletic that Rossi skipped Rossi. Going back to fall in this episode. Sorry, everybody.
Sorry.
Rossi skipped his fucking sister's wedding this summer to skate and get stronger. Like
That's such a bad look if he sucks again.
I know. He stayed here, which the coaches recommended, and he did, which good for him. But they recommended he stay here all summer and just get stronger. I think I've heard he's put on like 15 pounds of muscle. He's skating a lot better. I think while most NHL players are just boozing and skating in like beer league once a week, he was going balls to the walls, I guess to the point where he was skipping his sister's wedding, which, man, you got to think, regardless of how good of a career he has, he's going to regret that for the rest of his life.
No, he won't.
would.
Bitches come and go. Hockey's forever.
Well, you better hope your girlfriend isn't listening to this.
It was a joke. It's his sister. That's why it's a joke. Okay, obviously you're gonna want to go to your sister's fucking
Fuck
wedding.
yeah, bro. That's this kind of podcast, brah. Bros before hoes.
Next week's guest, Andrew Tate.
To
Such a dumb sentence.
talk about the top G.
Yeah. Talk
Anyways.
about the top predator.
Yeah, no shit. But anyways, yeah, Rossi, hopefully,
That's still weird to hear, by the way. Rossi, I
know,
don't. It sounds weird to the ear.
the jury's out on that as well, I think. So, yeah, we're going to keep calling him Rossi. I really hope, though, that this is his year to step it up, because if you look at the way that they're projecting the Lions could shake out, it would be really fun having him centering Goudreau and Foligno. That could be a dangerous third line.
It could be. I just is he built to be a third line center? I mean, like he just got pushed around last year, and I'm just hoping, like you said, that 15 pounds of muscle actually comes to fruition. I think that's the last part he's missing. That long COVID really fucked him up. So I'm hoping. I'm hoping he's figured out all his problems. I mean, he was looking fantastic going coast to coast in the World Juniors, so I'm hoping maybe he's got a little confidence back.
He led the league in preseason goals last year, which
didn't do
apparently
shit.
didn't mean anything. I thought that was at least something, but I was wrong. I mean, it obviously the preseason in any sport is much different from the players you play in the regular season, but I was thinking at least if he could play against other teams' backups and do that well, maybe he could stand a chance against starters. Cam, do you have something to share with the group?
I do. I'm sorry. I was looking at your KJ Jefferson thing because I was trying to see if anyone corrected you.
People are saying like, "Oh, so you're an Arkansas fan?" I'm like, "What the fuck are you talking about?"
But then, sorry, I'm so off track. But the post like directly below it was from Barstool, and the caption was, "I'll have just one beer at the airport before the flight." 17 beers later, there's a dude butt ass naked walking through the airport.
Oh my god.
What city is that?
That's such a good base.
Has to be Atlanta.
He's literally cock out.
Remember when there were people doing that in Uptown a couple summers ago? I remember there was just videos.
Walking naked.
Yeah, there was a dude just walking down the street nude in Uptown.
You got to be really confident with yourself.
You do.
Or mentally
You
ill.
have to have a crank to do that.
Or you have to be just a full-blown nudist and like believe that it's okay to just not wear clothes in public.
American airports though are like the best lately.
That and subways. Subways are always good. We don't really we have the light rail here, which people just use to smoke crack. There's not really anything that entertaining on them, but like New York subways, you see some shit.
Dude, there's a new tweet by NFL Rookie Watch, which would get Jake's dick so hard. Kirk Cousins is currently on pace to have the best season an NFL quarterback has ever seen. Through the first 2 games, he's on pace for 6,018 passing yards, which would be most of all time by 541 yards. And he's also on pace for 51 touchdowns, which would be second of all time behind Peyton Manning.
He's really helping my fantasy football team, and I was this close to bringing it up when I met him, but I'm like, God, every other fucking guy here has done that.
Yeah.
Like, I
That's
can't
why,
do
like,
that.
He had 33 points last
No,
night.
reason why I'm not worried. We have a top 5, the best quarterback in the NFL through the first 2 weeks, and it's not close.
Yeah.
Right.
Again, I saw a lot of people are just putting out those statistics like, well, they have a 1/4 chance to make the playoffs after starting 0-2. No, they don't. They have a lot higher because of the division right now. 1-1. They're 1 game back. They can do it.
Yes. Thank God the entire NFC North imploded last week.
Death, taxes, Minnesota teams playing in shit divisions.
Yes.
Yeah. Hey, we'll take whatever we can get.
It's the best.
All right, final thing on the Wild. Really big news. We have a new dog named Hattie. I saw a new puppy. I don't really know.
Yeah, What do they do?
What do they do with the dogs? Like, they're obviously not letting it live at the rink.
Yeah, and they have a new one every year.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to follow up with MN Wild PR release if you guys follow that Twitter account.
You got to think. Krull would know, right?
Yeah, Kirsten. Yeah, to see what the logistics are behind this new dog.
What do they do to the dog after the end of the year to make them get a new one?
They put it down.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's a horrible process, but the one lucky season ticket holder gets to do it.
They use it to motivate the team not to lose. It's like, we're gonna euthanize this dog.
It doesn't work every year. It never works.
If we get eliminated from the playoffs, like, you're fighting for more than just a Stanley Cup. Like, you need to save this dog's life. God, I don't know. Yeah. I don't know what they do with these dogs, but
yeah,
it'd be kind of cool to like own one of them and just bring it. And if you get like free tickets to the game, as long as you bring the dog to the rink and you kind of walk it around and let it meet the kids, and you get free tickets, that's a pretty good gig. So
you gotta think that's how they do it, right? Like
something like that.
Dogs at the rink.
Yeah, here
we're so excited to add this little girl to our team. Okay, I'm gonna click for Hattie's full story here. We need to get to the bottom of this before we go to bit of the week.
We do need to figure out the story behind Hattie. Great name, by the way. Great name.
Yeah, it is a wonderful name, dude.
We're building a winning culture all the way down to the dogs.
They released like a fucking press release.
Yeah.
That they signed it to a 1-year training contract.
Oh, Billy.
Okay, Hattie will.
We don't have the cap for this. What are you doing?
Hattie will be raised to become a future service dog and joins the Wild as part of an adopted dog program. The program's mission is to give a local hero one of their own heroes.
What's the name? Does it say like the name of the company that they partner up with?
Yeah, Coco's Heart Dog Rescue.
Oh. Nice. Also,
and then they donate the dogs to Soldier 6, 501c3.
One of my best friends, his family owns that.
Oh, awesome!
Yeah, so that's why
they're
I had to
connected.
ask.
Is he not? You're just your friend. He is one of your best friends.
One of my.
Okay.
What does that mean?
I don't know. I just wanted to confirm the status of your friend.
Yeah. So he's not just a friend. He's a little more than that. He's one of your best friends.
He was like one of my best friends, especially growing up.
You said was now. Is he still currently?
Yeah.
Still is.
Was there a falling out that
there we go.
involved the signing of this dog?
See, Jake's not here, so we need someone to pester you unnecessarily.
I kind of hate that I've been doing it.
I hate it here.
God,
it feels right though. I need to be in this seat and I need to laugh at you getting angry.
I can't wait to go work for
such
Score
a
North. Never mind. Rather die.
You can catch the whole thing that them and Third and Forever did this weekend. God. It was fucking laughable. But
yeah, follow them on Twitter, Third and Forever.
Yep.
Yeah, not Score North.
They're good dudes. And then finally, I know you guys don't care about the PGA Tour in the fall. But Sahith Theegala is finally a PGA Tour champion. If you're even relatively close to golf, you know that this guy, and if you've even seen the Full Swing documentary, I think there's a whole episode about him. Next big thing in the PGA Tour, he's deserved this win for a long time, and he finally got one at the Fortinet Championship.
Yeah, he's a beauty.
He is a beauty.
Yeah, it's that very emotional video that the PGA Tour put on. I'm very happy for him.
Yeah, especially after he had like a 3-shot lead, I think, at the Travelers last year, and had a bad bunker shot on 18 and ended up losing in a playoff. So he really blew a bad win last year.
Can you educate me on this? So you have the FedEx champion, and then you have the PGA Tour champion. What are the differences here?
So the PGA Championship, is that what you're talking about, the major? So
yeah.
that is a tournament that represents PGA of America, not the PGA Tour.
Okay.
PGA Tour is the best golfers in the world competing for the FedEx Cup.
Yep.
The PGA Championship represents professional golfers, which this is so confusing as I'm saying it out loud, but like the local pros at your municipal course who are PGA certified to give lessons.
They are competing
That's
as well.
the PGA of America.
Okay.
That's why Michael Block got to play in it, because he is a PGA Tour pro, and I don't know if they selected him as like an exemption or something. But so yeah, that's a whole separate thing.
Okay.
And he said that Theegala is a PGA champion just because he won a tournament on the PGA Tour.
Oh, okay.
Correct,
That
correct.
makes
Yep.
sense. Okay, I was confused by that. I thought it was like that's what they were calling the championship.
No,
and,
and and then they make it even more confusing by calling it the FedEx Cup, which it's I'm interested to see how they do it this year around, now that LIV and DP World Tour are merged, to see if they can make all this terminology less confusing.
Yeah, because as it stands right now, just talking about it's making my head hurt.
Yeah, exactly.
I know I'm not the smartest guy, but still.
No, I know. Trust me, I just figured it out a few years ago, and I've been watching golf my whole life.
Yeah.
So. All right, let's move on to our bits of the week before getting to our interview with Mr. Zucker. I guess we'll start with you, Cam. What do you got?
I have the Sean McVay as the Antichrist bit.
Okay.
Mike Brown and I from 10K Bets, we were in Iowa all weekend for the college football slate and the NFL slate. And one of our hammer plays of the week was 49ers, -7. Because they're a wagon. 49ers up by 10. Rams got the ball around the 40.
Now I know where this is going.
Time is running out. We're like 30 seconds. They run a play, get a couple yards. They fucking run up to the line, spike the ball.
Forward 3 seconds.
Yeah,
left
here
at this point.
comes a Hail Mary.
Down by
Alright,
10.
Whatever.
Here comes a Hail Mary. It's fine. It'll be fun to watch. No. The fucking kicker comes onto the field and drills it.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
So you lost the bet because
Pushed, which
you
is fine.
okay.
I could be more mad because I didn't have the 7.5. I had the 7. But like,
You expect to win that bet 10 times out of 10
what in
with.
God's name are you doing?
The only thing that I can think of is if you're tied with the team, like in your own division, do they have a tiebreaker or point
They
differential?
won't be.
I know they. I'm just saying that's the only thing I
Right,
can think of is
but
a
I
point
think-
differential tiebreaker. They
No,
want to
because
get a little less.
The first tiebreaker is head to head.
You're
and they
right.
already
and
lost.
then it would go to.
Well, you know, what is it? Like 18 players have been caught just this year alone betting on games.
Yeah.
I think it
Well,
might
like-
be time to start looking into coaches.
Because that was a very
Yeah, that was-
questionable call.
I used to like Sean McVay. He's a piece of shit.
Yeah, fuck him and his hair gel.
I was so irate. I didn't know what to do. I'm like, what are you fucking doing? I've never seen anything like it. It made no sense.
I would love to have been at a Vegas sports book like Circa or something when they put. I just would love to hear all the guys screaming about it because people were up in arms.
Like 4 of us all looked at each other at the same time and we were like, what the fuck?
I'm sure there's people on the opposite spectrum too who are so fucking happy that they
Yeah,
kicked
it was
that field
probably
goal.
just a lot of yelling in general
Yeah.
from both sides, I would think.
And then the Cam Akers thing. He literally just like hates Cam Akers. I don't know. There might be more behind the scenes that like Akers is a bad person. But, like, he's pretty good, and he's just going to trade him away for something called Kyron Williams, who does have
something.
who does have
It's
4
not even a
touchdowns.
person.
But, like, I don't understand. I do have an honorable mention, too, is
Okay.
the Monday night slap fight bit. We had a doubleheader for Monday Night Football.
Oh yeah,
And
yeah.
it was actually like watching 2 high school football games.
It was. Why can't they choose a good game ever?
Like, next week's going to be okay. It's the Eagles and Bucks and then the Rams and Bengals. That's
So-
fine.
So what is it? It's Aaron Rodgers claims that he listens to Dolphins fucking each other for peace. Like I would have rather have watched 2 Dolphins fuck each
And
other
then had to jerk off to it.
than watch.
What?
Maybe not that part.
I'm
That's more the
kidding.
bestiality bit. That is more in your neck of the woods as a guy with a mullet. But I would say, though, that I would rather watch two Dolphins fuck than watch those two games.
That was so bad.
I love how Monday Night Football branded it. They're like, it's a doubleheader. We're going to do the double scoreboard. We're going to, it's going to be kind of like March Madness where you can follow the other game on this. We're going to cut back and forth. But both the games were fucking awful. You can't rebrand a turd as as an ice cream sundae just because you put two of them in there.
Well, this is
God damn it.
They got it right for next week. Those two games are good. But this week they had all the opportunity to get it right. Chiefs, Jaguars, Bengals, Ravens.
I also
What are you doing?
I also saw a stat on the number of times each NFL team has played on Monday Night Football. Can you guys guess which team is the highest and which team is the lowest?
Cowboys highest.
Nope,
they're not.
My guess is going to be, I actually did not see this stat, so I'm just guessing. Steelers are the highest. Lions are the lowest.
No, so you both are wrong. So the highest is the Saints. They've played 18 times on Monday night or something like that.
It's got to be more than...
It's probably more than that. This might have actually been...
From like 2000 or something.
Yeah,
like that.
I don't... This was
Probably.
like a graphic. But guess... There is one single team in the NFL that has played 0 times on a Monday night. Can you guys guess it?
Is it the Jaguars?
Yeah, it's the Jaguars.
What?
Or they've played once or something.
Oh.
So they on the graphic they show all the different teams who have played Monday night, and at the bottom is the Jaguars, and I'm pretty sure it's 0.
That's funny.
It's either 1 or 0.
Yeah, no, this is the graphic right now. Saints 19, Jaguars
19.
0. This is since 2012.
Okay, so since
I was gonna say,
2012.
I think
sorry.
I remember
yeah.
Maurice Jones-Drew playing Pittsburgh on Monday night.
They fucked it up so bad that they're on like permanent timeout.
Dude,
from
the
Monday Night
fucking
Football.
the Bears and the Giants have played the second most at 18. What are they doing scheduling these games?
I think it's just big markets, probably.
Big markets, yeah.
Chicago, New
But,
York.
like,
but they're shitty teams.
Like I said, they fucked up. Like, instead of, like, maybe if you didn't want to do Bengals-Ravens because the Bengals play Monday night next week, like, I don't know, 49ers-Rams. That's better.
Yeah,
They're-
anything could have been better than what was last night. The
Seahawks-Lions.
The Panthers-Saints game quite literally made me want to take my eyeballs, tie them together, and throw them in the garbage. That's how bad that was. And then I have to look over at the TV on the left. Oh, it's the Browns and the Steelers doing Buttergate Part 2, dropping the ball every 10
It
seconds.
was insane.
That one play that happened in the first quarter where Pickett threw it to like his running back on a screen, and then he got
just
popped, and then the ball slipped between 8 or 9 other people. I think Buttergate's alive and well. So, anyways,
back.
yeah, it was bad. All right, Wags, what do you got?
I got the cap space bit. The Minnesota Wild, they signed Kalen Addison today, and after the signing, they have $43,079 remaining in cap space. That's hilarious because the Minnesota Wild couldn't even afford to sign an individual one of us. Like with how much we're getting paid at work, the Minnesota Wild cannot afford us, which is hilarious right now. They better pray that they don't have a big injury early on. They better pray that Rossi can fucking step up right away, because if not, they are SOL. They need to make this roster work with what they have and nothing else.
Or we're gonna have to send Hattie to the Blues or something.
Yeah, for their fucking washing machine.
He must have eaten up some of the cap as well.
That's nuts.
$43,000. Like that's
Who's playing on that contract? No one.
no. You're not even gonna get a coach to sign for that. Not a part-time scout.
To their credit, I would sign for the Wild for
$43,000
as long as they bought me brand new pads. If I had brand new set of goalie equipment, I would sit in the I would sit up in the press box with our good buddy Connor Beaupre and most likely Alex Goligoski / Kalen Addison in the press box for $43,000 a year. So if the Wild are looking to spend that money somewhere, you can give it to me. That's always an option. We'll just leave it. I'll put it on the table.
I'm glad that you're willing to step up and you're gonna be that brave guy.
Also,
for us.
we should buy $43,000 worth of dog treats for Hattie the dog because he's a cute little guy.
He's a hero.
He's a
Remember-
hero. Absolutely.
She's
Sorry.
a hero.
Stop misgendering. Zane.
I read the press release. It clearly said she.
Podcast is canceled. We're gonna hang up the headphones.
I like the
misgendering.
game that Jack just played where he asked the Monday Night Football question. I'll do the same thing with cap space. Who do you guys think has the most cap space in the NHL?
The Chicago Blackhawks.
They're second most.
What
about you,
and the
Cam?
Bears are second most in the
In
NFL.
the NFL. Look at Chicago.
Chicago's
teams.
rebuilding.
Arizona Coyotes.
No, they're not. They're not even top 5.
What are they doing?
Yeah, right.
Let's
It's
let me take it. Let me take
one
one
more.
more.
I
want another
one more
guess,
crack
too.
at it. Is it the San Jose Sharks?
it's not.
That was my guess.
They're
Actually, they just dumped off Carlson.
I'm gonna go with the Buffalo Sabres.
They are actually third most with $8 million in cap space. As the Anaheim Ducks have almost $17 million in cap space available right now.
Damn, and no one to sign.
Yeah, no one to sign.
No one wants to play there.
And one more time, who do you think has the worst cap space as of today?
The Minnesota Wild.
No,
right?
they don't. There's someone who's
the-
massively negative right now.
Is it the Las Vegas Golden Knights?
It's not.
Oh, it's the Washington Capitals.
It's not. It's the Toronto Maple Leafs.
That was gonna be my next guess because they signed all of the players that sucked for us in the playoffs to shitty contracts.
Yeah, but they have something going on with the long-term injured reserve or whatever, so they can work it away. But as it stands today, without that, I think they're minus $13 million in the cap.
Well, and they got the core four re-signed. Marner, those guys are all staying. Tavares, They got
Ryan Reeves.
They got Austin Matthews re-signed.
Yep.
They got John Klingberg, which made no sense. They signed Revo to 3 years, which is just absolute
No sense as well.
fucking insanity. But
I am so excited to get a Maple Leafs jersey. Should I get a Revo one?
You have to if you're gonna get a Maple Leaf
So
jersey.
expensive. That one is definitely coming from China.
Dude, first of all, Cam, you got a special made Revo jersey, right? And you got him to sign it and everything. And it's been upstairs, draped over like a kitchen chair for months.
I just
Since
haven't
October.
I haven't bought a frame yet, and my problem is now I'm
year?
it's
been close to
It's
It's
been a
been
while.
draped over that
It's
kitchen
the same,
chair for a year.
It's the same with my Darisaw jersey that he signed. It's in my room, and I have told myself that once I move into the new place, like that I'm moving into,
That's
I-
smart though.
I
You
will be
you
doing
might
it.
as well wait knowing you're gonna move
Yeah.
because it's
don't
way
wanna-
it's way more hard to move that than when you
yeah.
can just wad it up.
And I don't want to break it, like the frame. I don't want to just. I'm
That's
just gonna
smart.
move into the new place. It'll be the first thing I purchase is 2 jersey frames, and they'll both go on the wall.
I'm glad you got a plan.
3
there.
jersey
The
frames.
one
'cause
thing I
haven't had
will
Tillman
say-
Field Gopher jersey.
is the fact that your Reeves jersey has been bent over that chair for the last 7 or 8 months. Realistically, that thing might be like sun stained, and it might have a permanent crease in it. So
Yeah, and then I just tell everyone it was game worn. It's all part of the plan.
it's like, well, was he laying in the sun for like a year straight in the Bahamas or with the jersey on? I don't know. Yeah. But yeah, we're happy hockey's back. The Wild don't have a ton of cap space. They have a dog though, so we'll figure it out.
They have a dog though. Everything's okay. Yeah, they got
we'll
a
be
dog.
all right. I have the one chip bit. So I did the. If you don't know what the one chip challenge is, there's is it like Pico is like the company name.
Paquio.
Paquito.
And technically, they pulled all products off of shelves, so
Yep,
you need to
because
have it before.
Because a child died from
Wasn't-
it.
Yeah.
A couple
Wasn't it
weeks
also
ago.
expired by like over a year?
Yeah, no, like 2 years. So the one chip challenge, it's the hottest chip in the world. It basically says, like if you have the following medical conditions, do not put this in your body because it will destroy it. Like Zane, someone like you with Crohn's, you might be in a hospital bed right now.
I
if
will
you
not
take it.
take one. No.
So I had the wise idea of doing it on the golf course for a video because I'm like, I've never seen someone do the one chip challenge while golfing. That'd be good content, right? I fucking died. It was so bad. I dumped so much water in my mouth and onto my shirt. I looked like an absolute zombie walking around the golf course. I was blowing snot rockets that tasted like Fireball out of my nose. It was disgusting. My eyes were watering. And I just destroyed my entire digestive system for a few days thanks to that. So I would like to use this time right now to announce that I'm retiring from, bless you, I'm not retiring from bless you, but I am retiring from spicy food challenges because that was absolute hell, literally absolute hell.
I would never even think to put that in my body. I think Sprite's spicy. I can't do that.
Sprite?
Yeah, it's a joke, but that's how like
yeah,
intolerant.
I know, I'm the same way.
Sometimes Sprite's so bubbly when you drink it, like burns your tongue.
from
I'm not
McDonald's.
sure. Yeah, McDonald's has popping one. How? So you ate the chip. Do you immediately like drive after eating the chip, or did you start dying and like douse your?
Yeah.
Okay,
There was a
okay.
good 10-minute gap, which was probably a mistake. I probably should have just ran up and teed off while I could.
Yeah.
But it was really bad. The video will be dropping today at 10 a.m. when this comes out. And I had a very rough day in the bathroom for the next few days. My stomach hurt, my intestines.
Did
were
it
on
hurt more
fire.
coming out?
Both ways.
Oh, so it was pretty brutal coming
which
out.
is insane. It's insane that like it doesn't get broken down by your stomach acid.
No.
Like the spice is so strong that it's stronger than your intestines. It's
Yeah.
fucking insane. So
It literally has killed people.
yeah, it killed a child. And this one was expired by 2 years.
I don't
so
know why I thought that was funny.
Yeah, I thought
Guys
it
are
was funny
fucked.
too, dude. I don't know.
it's
Because you're fucked. Is that what you said?
that's what I said.
It's true. It's true.
I'm retiring from spicy food challenges and go out while you're on top. I did do it. I did it without calling the police or the fire department. I would have loved like one of those hoses that they have. I would have loved to just drink from that for a good 10 minutes straight. So
how how many hours, minutes, or whatever did it take for it to actually like numb? You're fine.
It was
doesn't
about
matter.
it was about 20 to 25.
Oh, so it took 25 minutes of straight just pain.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was about 2 holes worth.
Oh, that sucks.
So,
and was it like a hot day on the course too, or was it actually like a nice?
No,
cool
it was
day?
actually a pretty nice day, and I was playing good golf too, which makes me question even more why I decided to do this. But
What hole did you do it on?
I did it on like 14.
Oh, so you waited till later in the round too.
Yeah. I got nice and drunk first. That was
Okay.
that was kind of the purpose behind it. I was like, I can't do this sober.
That's actually smart. Yeah.
It was still terrible though.
Yeah, I'm sure.
You know, so I do want to do more eating challenges, like how I did the 999, how we've done the Andy's Pizza. We've talked about going back there in Albertville. I want to do some of the ones that Bubba did back in the day, so I'm gonna do more of those. I'm out on these spicy ones though.
So we're not gonna see you doing the blazing challenge.
I will never do the blazing challenge,
Okay.
and it's mainly because I also don't think I can succeed at that. At least with this, you just eat the chip and then you just have to deal with it.
Yeah,
With the
it's
blazing
literally
ones,
just one
you
chip.
have to keep going, and there's a point where I can't even do like flaming hot Cheetos. That's how
I
low
can't either.
tolerance my spice level is.
I love flaming hot.
So I'm retiring, and I just wanted everyone on It's a Bit to know first. But
Round of applause for Jack's spicy chip career.
yep. And speaking of Jake, you know he would have sat there. What are we, a sorority? Speaking of Jake, he would have been there and been like, I love spicy food. It wouldn't have been that bad for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a
100%
fucking
will.
animal. I'm built different.
Yeah,
I'm a
fuck you, Jake.
fucking loser.
Cameron, come on, buddy.
You popped a blood vessel so hard when you said that. Wow. All right. Well, this has been enough horse cockery.
Let's
on
bring
the,
Jake
airs.
back in. Yeah,
no,
let's do an
let's
interview.
let's bring in Jason Zucker and Jake for the interview.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have a shop for you to buy all things Minnesota sports related and 10K related. All you got to do is go to 10ktakesmn.com and go to our shop tab. There you can see our awesome collection of Minnesota Vikings, Minnesota Twins, soon to be Minnesota Wild, Minnesota Timberwolves, and of course 10K merch. We got you covered across the gambit here to our world famous one might say, 10K Takes gritty t-shirts and sweatshirts. We also got hats and stickers, and on top of that we got great stuff for Twins playoffs, and like I said earlier, for the Minnesota Wild coming up to start. So here we go to 10ktakesmn.com, go to the shop tab, shop your heart out.
All right, everyone, welcome back to It's a Bit. We're joined by a very good friend, recurring guest, former Minnesota Wild legend, and current winger for the Arizona Coyotes, Jason Zucker. Also co-hosts the 10K Invitational Golf Tournament. He's down in Arizona right now. He's rocking the Waggle cock hat, but we love to have him here. Jason Zucker, welcome back. It's great to have you.
Thank you. Appreciate you guys having me.
Yeah, how are things going in Arizona so far for you?
They've been great. It's been nice. Luckily with Hendrix starting school early, he started the first week of August, so it's been nice to actually get down here and get settled. And I'm normally a late to camp guy. I show up like 2 or 3 days before training camp starts, and so it was just kind of nice to get down here early, get settled, get to know the guys a little bit, golf with them a few times, and it's been good.
Yeah, have you gotten to skate at the Mullet Arena yet?
No,
Or is that
haven't
just
been
games-
there,
is
but
that
we're
just
skating
games
right now.
only?
Our practice rink is the Ice Den, so
Okay.
we're up at the Ice Den and practicing up here right now, and I think that's where we'll be the majority of the time. We'll be at Mullet just for games.
Got it.
Oh, damn. So
Yeah.
you don't get to experience it until game day. Well, that'll just make it a little more special, I guess.
Yeah.
It's a
Yeah,
unique
and then
arena.
what's even more odd about it is we play 0 exhibition games at Mullet this year. We've got we're going to Australia, so we've got our 2 games in Australia. Then we end up playing one in like Tucson. We end up going to like Kansas City to play one against St. Louis. We're kind of all over the place, but so we play 0 games at Mullet Arena until our home opener there.
So no preseason games there.
0.
That's
Wow.
Zero.
That's
Yeah, we play-
bananas.
Yeah, we've got 2 in Australia, which we leave on Saturday for Australia, and that's technically a home and away with LA. And then that same day, so technically in one day, Arizona Coyotes play 3 exhibition games. We have one in Australia, and then here in Arizona, and then somewhere else is a split squad game with everyone that's being left back here at training camp here in Arizona. So there'll be 3 total games that day. And then I think we have one in Vegas. We've got one in Tucson, and then I don't remember from there. But yeah, 0 at Mullet, which
Wow.
is a little bit odd.
Well, Australia though, yeah, I forgot they're doing a NHL series out there. I mean, that's gonna be awesome. Do you know like what the demand is like? Like, are the games sold out? Do you know?
I was talking to a friend of a friend kind of deal out there, trying to set up golf for some of the guys while we're there, and they said the tickets are extremely hard to come by.
Really?
Oh,
Okay.
We're playing in, I believe, a tennis stadium that has a retractable roof.
Wow.
Technically, it's their winter right now. They're opposite seasons of us. But the trip, I mean, it should be a lot of fun. It should be great for the team bonding aspect of things. Should be great for just organizationally. Should be good. There's a lot of logistical stuff that's going to make it a little bit crazy. I mean, we leave Saturday night at like 11:30 p.m. from LAX, and we arrive. So that's on the 16th. We arrive the 19th, or no, the 18th. Sorry, at like 9 a.m. So we literally the 17th does not even exist. We're just in the air.
You're skipping a
for
day.
17. Yeah, we're in the air for 17 hours.
Magic.
And then it's a 17-hour time change.
Damn.
So
that's
yeah, so they're 17 hours ahead of us.
That's bananas.
I could be a little bit off, but it's something absurd like that.
Like it's tomorrow there already is basically what you're saying. Like you're just gonna skip,
Yeah,
you're gonna
exactly.
skip a day. Yeah. Well, and as
Exactly.
as guys who frequently attend most NHL preseason games, at least with the Wild last year, I'd be pissed if I was a Coyotes fan. Preseason hockey is a staple. That's when you get to see all the talent for the first time. You get to see some of those bench guys. Maybe the tickets are a little cheaper, so you can spend more on those $13 beers. We loved it last year, so that sucks for the Coyotes.
You guys got to find a way to smuggle beers in instead of paying 13.
We haven't. It's tough. It's a tough market out there. The security.
I feel like we can do it. I feel like at Wild Games it might be a little tough. I feel like we could find a way to do it at Mullet Arena because it is a college campus. College kids find ways to sneak
At least some fireball
booze
shooters
in to collegiate games, whether it's football or whatever. I feel like we can figure it out. We got to make a trip down there, and we'll
Grow
allegedly
the hair out, just tuck a couple in the back, ponytail or
Yeah.
something. Like if you got a winter jacket on in Minnesota, just right in the jacket.
You're right.
Yeah.
The-
or what Winter Classic fans do, they put them in the boots, in
Yeah.
the snow pants.
Yep, put them in the socks, and you'll be good to go.
Yeah.
Or
Phenomenal.
But I think we can do shooters. Allegedly, this is all alleged now.
Right.
We
Yeah.
don't want anyone coming after us.
Exactly. The Minnesota Wild concessions.
listening in.
Even though we've given them enough of our money,
Yes.
I've given the Minnesota Wild so much money in just beer. So
Your attorneys are just kicking you under the table right now. Just
Yeah.
telling you to shut up.
Well, and here's the thing too, Jason. You would know how much of those $13 beers we buy because our entire glass cabinet at our house is just the souvenir cups. Like Cam, wave that in front of the camera. It's all of those plastic
Nice.
ones. You always take them home and you're like, well, I spent $100 on beer, but at least I have 4 of these
I can reuse it.
$2 cups that I can fill up water with.
Yeah.
I feel like
Yeah.
I'm doing something for the environment or something. It's renewable.
I'm not throwing them away.
I don't know.
Save the kids. Save
I'm
the
being
planet.
healthy
Yeah.
and environmental friendly.
Yeah.
Yeah. 100%. You got to do something. It's all for the kids.
Well, we'll do it. We'll do something allegedly at a game here, and then we'll go down to Mullet Arena.
We will go down to the Mullet Arena and watch you. I know I'm already
Yeah.
planning on going to the Waste Management this year, so I'll definitely be paying you a visit in the Mullet.
Nice. I think we play Tuesday that week or something, maybe a Wednesday. I don't know.
Perfect.
And then we're out of town for the actual tournament. So unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to go to the tournament, but I've heard it's just chaos around here.
Yeah, especially last year with the Super Bowl. I can imagine it was an absolute disaster there last year.
That had to be insane.
Yeah. I was going to ask, is there any special discount codes you get on your jersey? Because I will buy a Coyotes jersey with your name on it before I go to the game. Do they give you Zucker 16? And
Buddy, I hardly even get discounts on.
On your own jersey.
That's the number one thing I argue with people about. I'll have friends. I've literally, my brother, and this is a true story, last year got his first Penguins jersey. Played there for almost 4 years. And he got it last year, and he's like, dude, why can't I get a jersey?
Yeah.
And I'm like, because they're expensive, man. You don't realize how many I buy every year for just charity, just to give away. I'm like, I don't just buy one.
You're paying
He's
full.
like, well,
you're paying full price for those.
No, we get a discount, but
Okay.
it's not like it's really nothing to write home about. It helps when you're buying them in bulk, honestly. Like I'll buy like 10, 15, 20 jerseys to start the year. And I kind of like I have a I have like a pretty good count in my head of who I normally give them to. Whether it's, TB1 fund, whether it's the golf tournament, whatever it is, like I have things in my head that I kind of allocate the jerseys to. And so I'll buy that many with a few extras. And then once they're gone, they're gone. Because, you go buy, like, if I go buy 10 jerseys, that's $2,000.
Oh, jeez.
Like it just adds up quick. And then it's like you buy the t-shirt, like jersey things, and then you buy hats, jerseys. There we go. And then you buy hats and pucks and all this stuff. All of a sudden, you just spent $3,000 on Coyotes merch that you're literally just giving away.
Okay, so I'm gonna reassess my position here. I will buy a jersey. I think we're gonna downgrade to the jersey. I was gonna say too, the fact that you're a player for the team and you don't even get free of your own jerseys makes me think it's time we start the conversation. The NHLPA needs to have the rights of getting their own jerseys. This might
that's a thing, like that's across the league. That's not just team by team. That's across the league.
Yeah, right. That sounds like a problem.
So we pay for all of our own jerseys. We pay for all of our stuff. I mean, if you were to give away a stick, typically most teams are going to be pretty good about that, and just be like, hey, you can give that away. But if it's all of a sudden like you're giving away a stick every single day, they're gonna be like, hey, like settle down a little bit, because they'll sell the sticks to the. I think technically they have to sell the sticks to like the store, the team store, all those game used items. I think they technically have to sell those to them because they're two separate entities. But regardless, like I said, I just got my brother a Penguins jersey last year. Finally bought it, made him Venmo me, and then I ended up not re-signing there, so he's all pissed off.
Yeah,
like, I now I need a Coyotes jersey.
Well, he's got a relic. He's got a piece of history. Your time spent in Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
Right. Exactly.
Doesn't play very well down in Arizona, but
does he have a wild one as well?
Yeah, I think he's had that for a long time. Though I think what it was is when early in my career, I was just like, yeah, I'll get you whatever you need, and I was buying jerseys left and right, and then I'd check like the credit card bill at the end of the year, and like go through it. For the taxes. I do all my own tax. Like I send it to a tax guy, but like I check literally every dollar I've spent for the entire year. I'll look at, and I went through it. I'm like, how much did I spend on jerseys? And it was literally just like, yeah, I'll take one. Okay, I'll take 3. I need like 5. And then by the end of the year, I bought like 45 jerseys. I'm like, what just happened? So it was just absurd. I spent like $10,000 on just jerseys in one season. I'm like, this needs to stop.
NHL, they need to get NHL shop needs to get a rewards program. I feel like you would qualify for like the gold level membership there.
Yeah. Or just write it
100%.
Spend 5.
And I can write. I can write some of them off, like if I get a receipt for them. But at the same time, there's some charity stuff that just makes it hard.
Spend $5,000, get free shipping on your next order.
Yeah. You go out there, spend 5. Buy 10 jerseys, get 25% off.
Yeah.
It's like, So, I mean, and I can't even imagine what like Sid and those guys get asked for, right? Like, that's just another level. But, I'm sure he's pretty good at saying no.
Yeah.
He's got to be.
Well, no, when you're talking about you have to buy the game worn jersey you're wearing like on games, or are we just talking about jerseys like buying them in addition?
We don't have access to any game worn jerseys.
Okay.
Other go ahead, sweetie. Sorry, I got Stella.
It's all right.
Go ahead, Stella. Go with Hendrix.
Right.
She's downstairs.
Sometimes you got to be a dad.
It's life,
Yeah.
So anyways, what I was saying. So they'll give us one game used jersey a year. Pittsburgh actually gave us 2. So Pittsburgh would give us. They would typically alternate colors. The Wild did that as well. So you'd get one a year with Minnesota, and they would alternate colors every year. They either give whites or greens or reds or whatever it was at the time. And then in Pittsburgh, they would give us one of our third jersey and then one alternating colors, black or white. And so I'm not sure what Arizona would do. So I actually have a closet of like my actual game used jerseys that I was given by the team. And those I don't touch. Like those are just mine to keep. So everything that I buy is like the game replica
Right.
that you could get like you guys can buy them at the store,
Yes.
the same exact ones. And so the only difference is we go through our team services rep, and he'll just order them and they'll just put them in our dry stall, whatever, to pick up. So we don't have to like go stop by the store and buy them.
That's bananas. I think that's a thing that probably not a lot of people out there know, is that you guys don't just get jerseys on demand to do whatever with. Like that's.
You think you would? I
Yeah.
mean, at least
I wonder if it's like that in every sport.
Well, I know the NFL, they get every single jersey they wear. So they wear a brand new jersey every game.
Yep.
So they get a new jersey for every week. So they get to keep theirs. So like whoever wore them for this last week, they get to keep those and do that. Just go help the lid, bud. You're fine. And, they get to do that. And so that's why they get to give away a lot of the game use stuff. Whereas for us, we'll use one jersey for probably, I bet you we wear 2 white and 2 dark jerseys a year. So they'll switch them one time you're wearing, and they just patch up. Like if you saw an actual game used jersey, like the amount of rips that are sewn up and patched up and everything in there is crazy. So they look good on TV, and then once they get to a certain point, they just get rid of them.
Yeah.
And then obviously they have extras in case, like, it gets ripped in a fight or something of that sort, and they can't fix it. They'll just get them a new one. But typically, I think they allocate 2 white, 2 dark jerseys for every guy every year.
Yeah.
And then typically one of your third jersey.
That's crazy.
Damn. Yeah, I didn't think.
Yeah.
I would have thought they would have, at least given you like the discount or like one free jersey, like a replica, I should say, of whatever team you're playing on. You think they would give you something to kind of have his memory or something? I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, that's kind of what the team gives you at the end of the year.
Right.
So you do get that. But as far as like the actual, jerseys we're purchasing, we just get a team discount and get to go from there. But I think I don't even know what the actual number is, to be honest.
Well, I mean,
there's actually a rumor that there's a code that we get for like NHL.com, but I've never once been told it. I've asked my agent, and he's like, I don't know. He's like, I've got no idea. So I don't even know if that's the thing. It might just be but I could go to my equipment guy here, Stan, and be like, hey, Stan, I need 5, Coyotes hats, and he'd hand them to me. Like, if I really wanted to do it that way. But you also don't want to be that guy that's going to the equipment guy every day and being like, hey, I need 5 hats.
Right.
Hey, I need like 5 team issued shirts, even because they're not the jerseys. Like, it'd just be like a Coyotes shirt. So like, you don't want to be that guy either. So we try to typically go buy your own stuff.
Yeah. Well, I mean, but speaking of equipment, during the year, how many sticks do you think you go through in one season?
I use a brand new stick every game. So minimum 82.
Okay.
And then typically, so it really depends. So once I use it for a game, it becomes a backup. And then once I have 2 backups that I feel, like I'll keep those 2 as a backup, like call it by game 3, I've got 2 backups, right? I'll keep those as my backups for a while. So then come game 4, that stick just goes to a practice stick. So then I just start using them for practice. And so that's typically how we do it. So it's a minimum of 82. And then from there, if I were to break one in the first period or second period of a game, I'll typically tape up a new one. If it's late in the game, if it's in the third period, I'll just use a backup. And then that backup would then go to practice. So if I end up using it twice, it's gone for sure to practice sticks. And then from there, the trainers will take them so that you don't have too many on your rack. They don't want you to have 100 sticks on your rack. So they'll take them and they'll do whatever they want with them from there.
You almost have your own, like how teams have practice squads. You have the practice sticks. You have a whole group of sticks just for practice.
And oddly enough, we actually have practice gear. We have a whole second set of gear that's just for practice. So they do that so that the equipment guys don't have to bring it back and forth from the game rink and practice rink all the time. So our game gear gets left at the game rink. So when they, like for here at Mullet Arena, or like for easy, for the Wild, right? When they land at MSP, they've got 2 equipment trucks. One goes to the practice rink and one goes to the game rink. The one that goes to the game rink is just the game gear that goes and gets hung up there that the guys wore that night. And then the second one that's going to the practice rink is the skates. So they have the skates in a trunk, a separate like trunk that they keep, because you only have one set of skates. some guys will go practice game set of skates, but most at 99.9 will have just one pair until they cycle those out, and so those will end up going to the practice rink for your practice the next day. So like we do full practice set of gear and game set of gear, and that way it just makes it a lot easier for the equipment guys not moving stuff back and forth so often.
So this is probably a dumb question, but you guys are getting your skates buzzed up before every game, right?
Not everybody. Some
everybody.
guys are a little bit different. Some like it. I do mine before every game for sure. Some guys, you know what? I'll say this. Every game day, yes. Some guys will do it before morning skate because they like to have, a bit of a run on it before they wear it. I like mine right before warm-ups. I want it done right before the game every time because I want it fresh for warm-ups. And then there's times that I'll actually change it between warm-ups and the game too, depending on how it feels. But 99% of the time, I'll just wear it from warm-ups on.
So just out of curiosity, our producer Cam didn't have his skate sharpened. He got his skate sharpened a few weeks ago. That was the first time since April. Would you say that's an effective skate management style?
That is not. No, no, that's tough. I'll say this, though. Yeah. I'll say this. So when we go home for summer, they send us with 3 sets of steel because we just have like the little triggers that you can just pop the steel in and out. So they send us home with 3 pairs of steel, and I'll change it like once a month in the summer, unless something goes wrong, and then I'll change it early, and and I'll just get a pair sharpened or something. But it's it's a lot longer during that time.
Yeah.
Well, Cam, I don't want to rip on you too much. Keep ripping on you over here.
He doesn't even have a mic either, so
he doesn't have a mic. I'm just saying.
The mic is by your feet.
He can't even defend himself.
Well,
it's by your feet if you want it, Cam.
You can. You do have a mic
Pull
there
it up.
if
Pull
you
up the
need
mic.
to. But you still know how to stop, Cam? Or not know how to stop?
Have you learned how to stop yet?
I don't know how to stop.
You need to give him some tips, Jason, on how to get him to stop. He's been playing hockey now, 5 months in league games. You got to learn how to stop. Like, I don't know. I've been trying to tell him, but I'm obviously some amateur.
Part of that is sharpening the skates.
Yes, yes.
Like they've got to be sharp.
Yeah, come on, Cam.
Because if they're not sharp, you're going down every time.
Literally on butter knives.
Yeah, like it's just not going to be good. But the other side, try going sharper. Sharpen them to a 1/2 inch or something. Go a little bit sharper. That could always help too. But a lot of it's just trusting your edges, right? You know that they're going to catch you. You're going to try it a little bit more. Than if you're going down every time. Nobody really wants to do it at that point.
I'm going to try, but Darby did say that he would help me this winter
He did agree to that.
Darby Hendrickson did, I guess. Be your personal coach.
Don't take skating lessons from Darby. The guy barely has his skates tied during practice.
Oh man, he's like a loose.
He's a full blown coach at that point. He's like, they don't have to be that tight. I'm just going back and forth.
Darbs is unreal. I absolutely love that guy. He's incredible. And so I chirp him just out of love because he's unbelievable. But yeah, he barely even ties his skates. I think he had a pair of skates from like 1945 that he was wearing because he said they were so comfortable. And then finally he had to switch because they were breaking down.
Yeah.
Got into like a new pair of like Bauer Vapors, and absolutely hated them. So he just never tied them because they hurt his feet so bad by tying them. So he left them basically untied out there for practice. It was hilarious.
I'm gonna guess he got them baked. He got them baked, and they still hurt that bad.
Oh, I mean, yeah, everyone's baking them.
Right.
So number one, they're pre-molded to your foot, right? They do the scans and they mold it, and then once you get it, you bake it as well. So you're getting kind of a double mold for every single skate. But it really, like, the less you skate on it, the more they're going to hurt, right? If you skate more and more and more, they're going to feel better. So for them, they're skating, and they're not really skating that hard. They're not breaking their skates down like the players do. So it's just, I don't think they ever break them in quite as well as the players do.
Yeah.
That's funny, but it is weird to see like all the different styles of players in general. Like you look at Kaprizov, who literally cuts the tongue off of his skate
with a pair of scissors.
Yeah.
He doesn't let anyone else do it. Apparently he does it himself with scissors,
which is insane. And like some guys
and
do
his gloves.
Yeah. What does he do with his gloves again? He
chops the cuff off.
Yeah.
Man,
that's insane.
Yeah,
and Russians are different, man. They're a different breed.
Yeah, I mean, if you've seen Marchand, like he does that. He'll wear 2 pairs of gloves and keep them for like 3 years. He's like, and they'll just keep patching the palms and doing that.
Yeah.
Guys are finicky with their stuff. That's for sure.
I've seen guys who have like one little strip of tape because like when they were growing up, they were so poor in whatever country they're from that they couldn't afford tons of hockey tape. So their mom and dad would be like, you get one strip for like a month or something. So they're like so conservative, and they still have their tape barely, or their stick barely taped.
They found a way to adapt with just that much tape to still be able to effectively play hockey. It's beyond me when I see that.
A lot of guys do it because it's cool, right? It looks the best.
It's the style.
Yeah.
So like I used to do that, and I used to make up some BS story too. Like I don't know, I'm not saying all the guys do this, but I used to do it for sure. It was like you tape like that much of the blade. I did it in college. If you see photos of me in college, I had like 3 strips of tape on my blade. I got to the NHL, and they're like, "What are you doing?" Like, I'm good, guys. Miss one pass, someone tomahawks you in the head, and you're like, "All right, I'm gonna tape the full blade."
Yeah,
so,
okay.
Like you miss one tap in, all of a sudden it's like, "Yep." If you look at Jordan Greenway, right? Every year his tape got longer and longer and longer. Now he tapes the entire blade. He had like 2 strips, like the Danny Heatley tape job for a long time. And every year, all the guys were all over him for missing passes and missing, one-timers and shots and whatever. But with that said, Danny Heatley used to do that, and he claims that 25% of the goals he scored throughout his entire career because he missed the shot he was going to take. So like goalies are reading like high blocker, and it goes 5-hole on the ice, and like he claims like 25% of his goals because he missed shots. So that's why he never changed it.
Truly an unpredictable shot when he doesn't even know where it's going either. I mean, that's the essence of unpredictability. I love it.
He almost shouldn't have admitted 100%.
That. Just another reason why Heater is just a different breed.
Yeah.
Or
but also like, you know what? If you've scored 50 goals twice, you can do whatever you want.
You can. Yeah, who's going to
If Jordan Greenway scored 50, no one's going to say a word.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you can go with
whatever tape job you want. Danny Heatley told me that early in my career. He said, if you score goals, nobody will ever ask you questions.
Yeah.
The second you stop scoring goals, all of a sudden a lot of other issues are going to pop up.
Yeah.
It was the same for him, right? He was always Danny Heatley and Danny Heatley. He got to the Wild, and all of a sudden they're like, oh, you can't skate. It's like, I was never able to skate because I've been a terrible skater my whole career. But I just knew how to score goals a little bit better than I do now. He's a little, slower and whatever. And so that's when all of a sudden these issues started popping up.
It's crazy.
But
it is so true.
It happens every year.
Yeah.
It just happened with Joe Pavelski. It was the same thing. All of a sudden he was leaving San Jose. He had a bad year, and everyone's like, oh, he's done. He can't skate. If you ask like Alex Stalock and some of these guys that played with him when he was in San Jose early in his career, they're like, he still couldn't skate.
Yeah.
But he's so smart. He's so good around the net. He's so good with the puck. Doesn't matter. He doesn't need to. Right. He has the game that just doesn't need it, and that's why he's such a good player. Now he goes to Dallas and scores 100 goals.
Yeah.
And everyone's like, oh, he's the best player Dallas has ever signed, whatever. And he's still no one just talks about his skating anymore because all he does is score goals.
Not even questioning.
Well, so there you go, Cam. That's your strategy now.
Just score goals.
Fuck learning how to stop. Just put in goals, and no one's going to make you stop.
I think that's
score goals, no one will ever ask you questions.
Yeah.
Just do what Connor Bedard does. Just spend only like 6 hours a day shooting at the net, and you'll be fine.
I think I can manage that.
Yeah.
Well,
you have time for that.
If you look at, I feel like the prime example of that is if you watch Alexander Ovechkin, he just kind of just sits at the boards waiting for the OV1T, as they call it.
Yep.
So
no need to move.
I mean, he skated earlier in his career. I thought there's some highlights from when he came in the league, 18 years ago, which is weird to say, but he'll just kind of just lollygag around one area and just go up and fucking pound it into the net. It's kind of a prime example of
every time.
If it works.
It's honestly like if you guys could see like the inner workings of like our meetings for power plays when we're playing Washington, it's comical. And every team's the exact same. Yeah, because it's like, oh, just take away Ovechkin. All right, well, John Carlson's not terrible, and he has a pretty good one-timer too. It's like, okay, well, when they switch, make sure you stay with Ovechkin. All of a sudden you give it to Carlson. It's like bar down, back door. You're like, well, that didn't work.
Yeah.
So let's take away Carlson. Then, okay, there's Ovechkin. Oh, and by the way, if you take away both of them, TJ Oshie's in the middle with his one-timer just bombing away. And it's like, oh, you know what? Just let Backstrom shoot it. Just let Nicholas Backstrom shoot him. Like, is that a great option, though? Like, he's also pretty good. So it's pretty funny. Like, their power play is just insane. It's been so good for so long, but there's just a lot of, like, little details of it that make it
That's how I would think most penalty kills are in the NHL. It's like, okay, we'll shut down that guy. Well, that second guy they put out there's pretty good too. Okay, we'll send another player to him. Okay, now we only have 2 skaters left, and there's 3 other guys on the ice on their team. It's like
I feel like it gets to a point. Wait a minute, guys. We only have 4 players
though,
here.
Yeah.
Yeah, the difference though is that and I'm sure for you guys know hockey, this will make sense. Like their sticks work, right? So you have a lefty on the half wall, you have a righty at the top, righty on the backside, you have a lefty on the goal line, and you have a righty in the middle. So every single thing there works, right? Like if you watched, like when I played for the Wild, you had Mikael Granlund on his offside on the wall. You had me in the middle as a one-timer with like Zach Parise net front.
Yep.
Right. Or you had like Koivu on his good side with Parise there, but then you had Nino Niederreiter in the middle, not as a one-timer. And then you had Ryan Suter up top as a lefty who's not a one-timer. Right. Well, then he's passing to Matt Dumba as a righty. Great. But that passing angle is not great. So like if the sticks all work properly and you're all in the right positions, power plays are deadly. But it's really hard to find power plays that are set up exactly that way. There's not many of them in the league. So when you find one, those are typically the best power plays. If you look at Tampa Bay, the same way, right? You have Kucherov, Killorn, you've got Stamkos, but Hedman's a lefty. So Kucherov's just that good with point there because every other stick works but Hedman. But that's why they put Sergachev there last year.
Yep.
Was to have a righty up top. So like it's just crazy when you start looking at it that way, why some power plays are good and why some aren't. A lot of it has to do with, it's not the personnel, it's the sticks and the positions that they're in.
Yeah, it's the players. There's an art to it. It's not just because like I've had to set up some power plays on GM mode in NHL, and there's an art to it in the video game. So I can't imagine what it's like in real life.
Guy knows puck.
Yeah, Jason, you just said we know hockey. I'm flattered.
You did say we know hockey.
Yeah.
We're gonna clip that, by the way.
Yeah.
Anytime someone tells us we don't know hockey, I'm
run.
just gonna respond with that.
Especially on social media, you guys don't know hockey. Because that's going to happen a lot. I mean,
Well, a hockey player says we know hockey.
We just post that.
Have they told you know hockey yet? I don't think so. Probably
no
not.
context.
Yeah.
I should have just said, hey, you know what? Their sticks work. Can you explain that to me? And seeing what you said. That's what I should have done.
Well, so now that you told us that, anytime like someone asks us, like if I'm on K-Fan again talking about the Wild, I'm gonna be like, well, so the power play's working this year because our sticks work. They're gonna be like, what does that even mean? I'm like, well, let me break it down for you.
So the sticks.
Well, that's why the power play had such a great year. The year that they had Spurgeon up top, right?
Yeah.
You had all the sticks worked. Like it's just you had Boldy as a lefty. You had, I don't even remember where they had Kaprizov there, but like Zuccarello, I don't even think all sticks worked even for that, to be honest. Yeah. You might have had Boldy net front with Zuccarello on the half wall, but then that didn't help with Kaprizov. I don't remember exactly, but a couple of years ago, I think it ended up working pretty well because the sticks all worked.
Yep, sticks worked.
It's kind of funny because like when I say, and I talk about NHL, like playing NHL like 22 or whatever, I legitimately one year was struggling on the power play. I was playing the highest difficulty, and I looked up on YouTube how to set up your power play well on NHL 21. And it literally told me almost exactly what you explained. Just put like your lefty over here on the right wing or blah, 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 and this is how you should set it up. And so I should say I have some knowledge from playing NHL video games.
They say video games are bad for America's youth. I disagree. You know puck now because of that game.
I can probably apply to be a coach somewhere.
Absolutely.
And put that on my resume.
Well, yeah. And if you looked at the Wild, like when I was there, we had like, I think our top 9, we had like 8 lefties and then Charlie Coyle.
Yeah.
Like we've never had a good righty. That's a really bad thing to say because I don't remember. Like, but Coyle was there, and then it was like Boldy. I think Boldy's a righty, isn't he?
Yep.
No, he might be a lefty. He's a righty.
Boldy's a righty.
But like Alex Tuck was a big one that was like a big righty that ended up missing out on, right?
R.I.P.
And that was one thing. Like the Wild had, like you had Parise, you had Stahl, me, Granlund, Koivu, Niederreiter, Eric Halla. Like all these guys are all lefties that were all really good players, but everybody was a lefty. So the power play is just, and then you had on defense, you had Suter, you had Spurgeon and Dumba that were righties, but then you were putting them in the one-timer spot because Suter was always your number one guy. Mm-hmm. So it's just funny how, and then all of a sudden they got Zuccarello, right? Another lefty. So we literally just had lefties through the lineup.
Yeah.
Lefty. The sticks were not working then in that case.
Yeah, sticks did not work. But then, like Nino Niederreiter was really good on his offside. So was Granlund. So they played on their offsides. Nino was really good at it because he would go backhand, forehand, and shoot from that side all the time. And Granlund would always pull up and just make plays from there because he had more time. So you had some really good players that could play there on that right side as lefties, which is what helps as far as like 5-on-5 play. But for power play, it doesn't help as much.
Well, speaking of Matt Dumba, are you excited that you guys are teammates again?
I love it. Yeah, I actually saw him for the first time here today. He skated with us today. He's same old Matt Dumba was just like being, kind of the life of the party and the life on the ice and the locker room and all that. So I think it'll be really good for us. And he's just a great dude. He's a great player, and I think he's going to be a great addition to our team.
That guy's gonna thrive in Phoenix. If you think about his personality, the things he likes to do, he's a good fit there. Let's say that.
I think so too. And guys, I don't think he gets enough credit for kind of the veteran leadership that he brings. He's one of those guys that guys look up to, and he works his tail off, and he's a guy that's always in tip top shape. He cares, and yeah, he loves to have a good time and like give the boys shit and do all that, and that's all great. But like he's just overall for a young team, like he's a perfect guy to have. And he shows the fun side, but making sure like if you want to have fun, whether that's golf or a couple drinks, whatever it is, you need to show up and be ready and be in shape and be a professional, and that's what Matt Dumba does to a T.
Yeah. Is he going to be bringing back the number 55 that goes so well with his last name?
He is not.
Oh, okay.
He is not.
Breaking now.
I think he's sticking with the old 2-4.
Okay, that's okay.
Yeah, he rocked 2-4 too long.
Did I just break news? Did I just break news or what?
You might have.
Jersey selection.
I think a lot of people love the 55. If people don't know, it says dumbass.
Yeah.
That's what it looks like. It was funny, and when he was 55 for the Wild a lot, and I was just trying to get some.
And he ran with it.
Yeah.
He ran with it. That's a Dumba thing to do. Like, find that and just run with it.
Yeah. I didn't realize that too until like second or third year. Like this was like 2015. I'm like, oh, I see it now. This is hilarious.
It's almost like like the Penn 15 Club.
Yeah,
most
exactly.
exclusive club in the world.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Dumba 5 Club.
Exactly.
So,
dumbass club.
Oh, that's great.
But I had to ask that. Are you excited to be? I know you're going to be obviously traveling on the road and going to colder environments, but are you looking forward to being in a place that is more warm year round compared to somewhere that's maybe has a cooler winter?
Yeah, I'm really excited for that. I mean, obviously for me being from Las Vegas too, like this feels like home to me. I think it's great. I mean, I love it. I love the heat that it's been, honestly. I mean, it's been like 110 out, and it's for me, I love it other than getting in your car when it's 110 is never fun. But overall, like this is just kind of what I'm used to growing up. So I'm really excited for it.
Yeah, I'm just thinking like mid-January practices or even a game, you can just be rolling up in like slides and t-shirt and shorts up to the arena. That's got to be a nice change of pace.
It does get a little colder than most people realize here.
Okay.
Like last year, Vegas snowed for like 2 weeks. Like it was nuts, and that's not normal. But for Vegas, it did happen. Typically, Vegas is like 5 degrees cooler than Arizona year round. So this definitely gets a little bit more extreme in the summer, but then a little bit warmer throughout the winter. But I know last year was, I think, the coldest winter they've had in like 30 years. So you'll still need like a sweater, but you could probably rock shorts and slides and still have a sweater on,
Yeah, not be risking frostbite, or have in Minnesota we have like a
correct
cold warning, frostbite warning.
Well,
like don't be outside for more than 5 minutes, like exposing your skin. So
I was just gonna say, I know you're gonna be back here more often than just the game because you have family here, but the Coyotes play the Wild on January 13th at the X. So you get to come back at quite literally the most terrible time of the year when it is freezing out.
I'm so excited. I can't wait. And then again in March, which is always just another great month.
Yeah.
Of just slush and
you can remember what it feels like to ruin a good pair of shoes. You can just experience that one more time.
Yeah, I can't. I literally can't wait.
Dirty slush and salt and dirt. It's just
so excited.
Yeah,
just completely ruin everything that you own.
Yeah,
that's how.
Put the pair of white shoes away till
vehicle.
August, honey. I'm not gonna wear them.
Yeah, the vehicle. You almost need to bring up the vehicles and rust and salt. It's just. We always forget about that in Minnesota here too. Like we go through the summer, we maybe get some new apparel, some new shoes, and then winter hits, and then
we just destroy everything.
And then spring comes back again. Like what happened to my shoes and look at my car now? Everything's just going to hell. But But no.
Well, and it's funny too, like when you're in Minnesota, like somebody comes to the house to like service something, right? Like some worker.
Yeah.
Here, like they don't even ask to take their shoes off. They just come walking right in the house. They're just going. And I like was talking to somebody about it that was from the Midwest, and they're like, it's the snow. Like everybody is so used to in Minnesota, like coming in the house because you're not tracking snow throughout the house. It was actually when the movers brought my furniture here. That's what it was.
Oh.
And like not one of them took their shoes off. And I didn't really mind. Like I had mine on the whole day. We were all buzzing through and whatever. But it was like I remember talking about it, and the main mover came from Pittsburgh, and I think he was from the Midwest though. And he's like, this whole shoe thing is so bizarre to me. We were talking about it. He's like, yeah, nobody does that on the Southwest and the West because you don't have to worry about the snow. So everyone's just like, yeah, your shoes are clean. It's fine.
It's weird because you think they would at least wear those goofy little bags they put around them. That's
Oh, yeah.
Don't even do that. They actually worry about it because they're moving like all this heavy furniture, so they don't want to like trip on it.
Yeah, that's fair.
Fall, whatever.
Yeah.
So I get that. So I'm like, obviously I'm not going to ask them to take their shoes off. Like I don't want anyone to get hurt at the house, but I just thought it was kind of funny. And then even the terminology of like mudroom, like it's not a thing. That's not even real life. Like I got back to Michigan. That was the first time I'd ever heard of a mudroom.
Yeah.
And then Minnesota, the same thing. Like I say that to my parents, or like even the houses here, nobody has it. There's not even such thing as a mudroom. Like they don't even exist.
They don't have mud.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why have a room for
they
it?
just don't even exist. There's just
doesn't.
not even like a you walk in 90% of houses that I've had, you walk in from the garage into the laundry room.
Yeah.
Including my rental house here. From the garage right into the laundry room, and like there's no mudroom. It's just like it's the laundry room. You just go walking through.
Yeah, that's insane. Well, down there too, a lot of the like in Vegas, isn't it like a lot of like, is there like a rule or a law to how much like grass or like can be on your lawn? Isn't there something like that?
Yeah. So when I was growing up, when I was first growing up there in Vegas, like there was nothing, and then there became watering restrictions. So you can only water the grass for certain like time of the day. But you can't water your grass at like noon, 2, 3 o'clock where it's way too hot, right? So because you're wasting water at that point. So you water your grass like in the middle of the night. And then they turned into like you can only if you're building a house, you can only put in so much grass per square footage of your yard.
Okay.
And it was like nothing. It was like the most minimal amount of grass possible. And then it turned into like no grass. So everyone just went to like the fake grass or the turf or whatever you want to call it. And so people that had grass before were allowed to keep it. You didn't have to rip it out. You were grandfathered in, but then there's still just watering restrictions on when you can water it.
God, imagine having an entire turf yard. As weird as it would be, it'd be kind of nice. You never have to mow.
You
never have to fertilize. You never have to.
But
yeah, so in Vegas, that's what we had, and it was really nice, except for it's made of rubber. So when it's 115 degrees outside,
burn your feet.
You walk out and it's scorching hot.
Yeah.
So we used to just hose it down for the kids, and then they could go out there and buzz around and be okay. But yeah, we just had turf. It was perfect.
Yeah. Well,
That's so weird.
my last apartment installed turf, but not for that reason. It's because dog piss was ruining all the grass, so they had to throw turf in everywhere. But
yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of Midwest dads would like the idea of that if they like moved down there and they would be like, I don't have to mow the lawn, but I feel like after a week they'd be like,
I can't put stripes in it.
I'm just gonna grab a mower that doesn't actually have blades, but I just gotta simulate the act of mowing the lawn.
Yeah,
I gotta do something.
Go through the motions.
Yeah, exactly. I feel like there's some Midwest dads that would not like that. In the end,
not me.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Not me.
Well, and then another. How are drivers down there compared to Minnesota or even the East Coast now that you were in Pittsburgh? Is it people a lot smarter? I think they drive faster down there, don't they?
No.
Oh.
Yeah, they drive way faster. I think they're not as smart.
Okay.
To put it nicely.
Dangerous though.
And they just speed like crazy. It's just like Honda Civics just like buzzing the tower, like flying past you, thinking they're Lewis Hamilton.
But at least you don't have to deal with the zipper merge because I know you don't like zipper merges.
That is a word. No, I love a real zipper merge, but not the people that line up for 4 miles to get off at an exit.
Yeah.
Like if you could actually zipper merge, I'm a fan. Like I like that. if you do it.
Yeah, but people
But then
don't
like
follow through.
I go to do it, and all of a sudden I'm the asshole.
Yeah, you're getting honked
that's
at.
just cutting people off, and I'm like, no. I'm doing it the correct way.
Yes.
You guys are lined up from, if you're going into the cities from where we are on the west side, like if you're going to St. Paul and you're taking 94 from 394 to 94, people are lined up for 2 miles. They're back to like the west end. They literally are like the west end at 100, backed up all the way.
It's insane
to 94.
So we live in Plymouth, so we deal with that all the time when we're going anywhere east. And I'm glad you say that because I posted a video on Twitter explaining why all these people are doing it wrong, and I got fucking shredded for it. And I'm like, no, you wait until the last second, you merge in, and they merge out when they're entering. That's how the thing works. I don't know, those people who sit that far back, how much of their life have they wasted up until this point? Like, they're going to be on their deathbed one day and be like, man, I wish I just would have grown the balls to go later because I spent 8 years of my life going to work every day waiting in that so I didn't have to deal with the stress of merging. So, I'm glad you mentioned that. That whole thing is bananas, and we're in the minority for saying that. Oh, what's up, buddy?
Made a guest appearance.
This kid.
He's probably...
This kid's not.
Cam, you think he can skate better than you?
Oh, 100%.
He should be teaching you how to stop.
Oh, yeah, we just got back from hockey. Hey, come here. Show him your hockey smile.
Let's see it.
We got it.
Show him your hockey smile.
How many teeth is he missing?
Teeth.
There
you go.
The bottom two.
Nice.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Yep.
Making his daddy proud.
Yep.
Yeah,
he's already getting into fights. You got to love it. No,
Kid's already on the. Kid's already going at it on the fourth line.
Becoming a grinder.
It's so funny. Like now that we've got like into the activities and things and like hockey, like I feel like I've turned into like like those commercials of like turning into your dad and whatever.
Yeah, progressive.
It's 100% me because we get out. I got him I carry his bag. He's too small to carry his bag, so he has to carry his stick, right? So we get out of the car today to go walk into the rink. I'm like, hey, here's your stick. I'm like, just be careful. Literally turns around, smokes the car next to us. Just like two hands, the car right next to us. I'm like, dude, what are you doing? And he's like, what? I'm like, I literally just told you not to, like, be careful with your stick. Like, don't hit anything. Literally just turns around, just tomahawks the car.
Save it.
I'm like, what was that? He's like, I don't know. I have no idea.
Sounds like he just needs to save the energy for the ice.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm like this is real life right here. I think it's just
he just said hockey and he's still running around behind you.
Yeah. Yeah, he's
well,
I wish I could have that much energy after doing anything, honestly.
Yeah. Yeah. Full day of school.
Hockey.
Straight to a haircut, straight to hockey.
How much sugar you give him for dinner, Jason?
Well, you know what I do? So I'm unlike 99% of Minnesotan parents of like the hockey aspect of things. Like I waited for him to come to me about wanting to play hockey. I didn't want to push him like just because I play and whatever. And so he came to me finally last year. So this summer was his second summer ever skating. So this is now like his second season, I suppose. So I'm still I'm like, hey dude, you got to do two things out there. One, work hard. Number two, have fun.
Yeah.
That's it. I don't care. I was talking to his coach and he's like, hey, what do you want him to work on? I'm like, dude, I've got one thing I'm going to critique you on. I said, and that's if he wants to come back and play next season. If he does, then you did a hell of a job. Congratulations. Like nothing else. And so we're in the phase of like, if you work hard and you have fun, let's go get a treat after. So he had an icy after the skate today.
Nice.
And that's what this is currently.
Yeah.
He's into ices. He wants an icy all the time.
He's on the sugar.
And so, yeah, he's nuts.
That's like
it's
me though. After I have those tequila ices, I'm running around screaming. I was gonna ask what. Yeah.
I don't think his has tequila in it. But
yeah, probably not.
It shouldn't.
What position you got him out there? First line, PP1.
No. He's a righty though. That's a good thing.
That's good.
He's
That's
got a
good
better
stick.
chance of making it.
He's good. Going to be good on. Could contribute
Sticks
to a nice
work.
power play.
Easier to find golf clubs too.
Exactly.
Yeah. So no, I mean we're way behind the curve right now, which is great. I love it. Like I don't care at all. He's just out there having fun, buzzing around. Literally today they put like the foam like pads on the ice to like block the blue line. They did a few games, you know. And he's like the game's going on. He's over there like pushing the pads out of the way, like into the other game. He's just like tomahawking the pads like into the other game. And the coach is like, Hendricks, like, go get the puck. And he's just pushing another one. Like, coach is fixing that one. He starts pushing the next one. And I'm sitting here laughing. Like, I thought it was hilarious. And meanwhile, the other corner, some dad's just pounding on the glass, yelling at his son to go get the puck.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm laughing at my son pushing pads into another game, trying to mess up the game. Like, just let him have fun. Who cares?
Yeah.
Like, people don't realize that, like, 0.00001 are ever going to even play college hockey, yet alone, like, make it to the NHL. So I'm like, just have fun. Like, have the team aspect of life is phenomenal.
Right.
So if he gets to learn the team aspect of having teammates and learning how to do that, then that's the life lesson that he needs to learn. That's all I care about.
Well, and becoming a men's league legend is also very underrated. It's very fun. That's what we all like to do. We also participate in men's league.
You know, just wear like the old T-blades, you know, pink visor maybe.
Yep.
Number 69. I don't know, like whatever you got to do.
Yep.
Yeah, crazy colored jersey, the pink tape.
Throw a hammer in there.
Yeah. Candy cane, the shaft of the stick. Like, do whatever you got to do.
Hell, take off the visor, wear the full bubble if you want.
Shoot 10 shots during warm-up, miss the net completely on all 10 of them, and say you're dialed.
Yeah. Don't stretch, but say you're good to go. Pull a hammy, and that's the life of a men's league. That's I don't know. That's the life to me, honestly.
While we're
100%.
While we're talking about, newer hockey players and everything, so I had never played hockey in my life. I started with Cam in April, and I actually am playing goalie. So my question for you, if you shoot 10 shots on me, do I save one? Do I save one?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. So yeah,
I think so.
I have 2 recorded shutouts as of now. One of them was because I was subbing in another game and I got pulled like 2 minutes by the guy I was subbing for. I made one breakaway save and then I left and got stick taps. So the league is actually counting that as a shutout. The other game was a full-blown shutout. So
I would say this. If I were to have breakaways, it would be 10 for 10 goals for sure.
Yep.
I think.
I agree with
if
that.
I had to just like stand there between the hash marks and shoot, you have a better chance of saving them at that point. So like that's kind of where that goes. But go. So that's kind of where that would be my best guess. We should do it next summer.
I was gonna say we got to make it happen. We got to find a sheet of ice and we'll do the challenge. You're giving me next summer though. You're giving me a lot of time. I might be like
really dialed.
Yeah, I might be.
You might be close to being an e-bug.
Yeah, I might be on the team at that point. Yeah. So we'll see. Training.
We'll make a deal. We'll set up the bet. We'll have somebody from the outside set up the odds in the line.
Okay.
Right? And then we'll set up a bet of a donation to a charity.
We could do the bet through Better Edge because I know they work with Give 16.
Done.
Look at this.
100%.
Look at this. Locked it in. Just
we're always coming up with ideas. That's what we do.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is just what we do.
Yeah. Exactly.
All of us. Business ideas, everything.
By the way, my hip still hurt from last Wednesday's game. It's kind of concerning.
Yeah. That's the men's league thing is always complaining about something, and
I'll just be standing there and my hips are just on fire. I play twice a week. This is going to destroy my body, but I love it so much. I'm going to keep going. So.
Well, do you remember?
Yeah, goalie's another level.
Jake does it too, but he's been doing it his whole life.
Well, what was it? A couple years ago, I think we had just moved into this house, and you were like asking me because I was like limping around the house. I don't know if you remember that. I could barely walk him down the stairs. My hamstring was just killing me. I don't know if I had some sort of. I don't know what happened, but you're like, what happened? I'm like, hockey. I don't know. I went down and did the splits when I probably should have almost not did the full splits, but did some sort of form of the splits and moved in a way I did not want to intend to move.
Yeah.
But like literally was limping around. My parents were concerned. What is wrong? What happened to you? I'm like, oh, goalie last night, men's league.
Yeah, it was worth it.
Totally worth it.
We lost 5-3. Sometimes that stuff just happens.
Yeah.
But I say it's a battle scar.
Absolutely. You're a warrior. You're a warrior for that.
Yeah.
So
yeah, after 9 surgeries in 11 years for me, I'm the same way. Like I get out of bed in the morning sometimes and like this is just not. I'm 31 and I can't even move.
Just aching.
This isn't good.
And then you have guys like Jaromir Jagr playing till like damn near 50, still probably playing somewhere over in some village in Czech Republic.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's crazy. It's just another level.
Oh, it's nuts.
Yeah.
I wanted to ask you, like we talked about Mullet Arena and everything. Do you think there is an advantage to playing at Mullet Arena? I know people rip on it because it's a college arena. It's obviously doesn't have the capacity of other NHL arenas, but what do you think you'll have an advantage of your team playing there?
You know, like I don't know about necessarily like a huge advantage compared to others. I mean, you have home ice advantage, right? You have your own fans, you get the momentum behind you, you get that. I'll say it was a really cool atmosphere. I told this story during an interview a while ago, but after I signed in Arizona, my dad actually went through his text messages and found the text he had sent me after the Arizona game with Pittsburgh last year, and basically asked me what I thought of Mullet. Because that was like the first thing, right? Everyone says is, oh, Mullet Arena and this. That's literally the only thing people talk about with the Coyotes is Mullet Arena.
Yeah.
And so he went back through the text, found the text, and like it was actually kind of cool because my response to it was, this is awesome. Like it was the best atmosphere I'd ever played in here in Arizona by far. It was completely packed. It was loud. It was rambunctious. Like there was just kind of like a smaller student section there. I'm like, it was awesome. Had a great time. And then obviously we won the game, so that helped too. But it was cool seeing the text of like, this wasn't a, now I play for the Coyotes, so let's hype up Mullet. It was like, I'm playing for the Penguins. We went through that and it was awesome. And it was a really fun experience. So I thought that was cool.
Yeah, it is unique in the sense that it is smaller. Like it's more intimate between the fans. Like everyone's in a little bit of a tighter space, so the experience is just that much more riveting. Like that's what I've been told. It's actually electric there.
Yeah, well, and like you're never going to see an NHL game like this ever again, right? Like the regular season games that really matter, you know, against rival teams in that type of a setting, you're never going to see it again. So, in my opinion, like get down and watch the games. Come check it out because it's really a cool experience.
Yep.
What I really quick, what I think would actually make that arena more rowdy and give yourself maybe more of an advantage. I don't know how much pull you could have with the marketing and promotions department, but let everyone with a mullet in for free for games.
That'd be Cam.
And people that have mullets are obviously characters, especially ones that go to hockey games. I think if you let everyone with a mullet in for free, you're going to make that environment even more electric.
Jake has literally never had a good idea in his life until this one.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
I honestly, I don't disagree with you. I really don't.
Yeah.
I mean,
that'd be free NHL.
Other than the fact that the first time 4,600 people with mullets show up, they're going to be pissed.
Yeah.
Like, we sold 0 tickets tonight. We sold 0.
Well,
a bunch of guys.
It was the best atmosphere of the year.
Yes.
The boys were buzzing. We won the game.
You can make it back on.
That's a good trade-off.
You can make it back on like allowing cigs inside, and you guys can sell cigarettes at the stadium because you know all 4,600 of those guys will buy 4 packs of smokes. So yeah.
Well, but also, I mean, they're spending the equivalent, if not more, on beer than they would on the ticket.
Right.
Because now they're like, hey, I got a free ticket. You got to buy 38 beers
exactly.
now.
Right.
Well, mullet guys drink beer, so I think they're going to make up for it.
I can attest for someone that has a mullet and has had a mullet for a couple years now. Anytime I get something for free or get to go to a game for free, I spend 3 times the amount I would have spent on a ticket because it's a free game.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to drink.
Mullet guy.
That's valid.
It happens every time.
Yeah,
so he's not wrong.
Valid.
Your typical mullet guy will be like, and for my next act, watch me turn these 4 Budweisers into a fight in section 206.
Yes. Or some concoction in the toilet down the road after the game. Disgusting.
A chew-induced puke.
Oh,
right,
man.
Right in the bathroom next to where the kids are. Like, don't turn into that when you're older.
Zins and Busch Light are only around because of guys like me.
Yeah.
The amount of people
Busch
buzzing.
lattes, nothing better, boys.
The amount of people buzzing off Busch lattes and downing Zins, or not downing them, but like buzzing off Zins at the game if we let in people with mullets, it would be electric.
Yeah.
Electric atmosphere down there.
Yeah.
I agree.
Well, Jake, do you have any other questions?
No, I don't think I did.
Well, yeah, Jason, we thank you so much, man, for joining us, especially right before the season. Obviously, we're...
Oh, of course, yeah. This is great.
Let's
do another one during the season. We'll do a season check-in on Mullet Arena.
All right.
We have
Maybe
to.
after you guys come down, check out a game.
Yes.
We might have to just go down there and try to get an in-person episode at somewhere in Arizona.
Even better. Let's do it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's do it. Let's do it on the golf course.
Oh, I'm in.
Arizona golf, because
Say less, I'm in.
we're gonna want to golf in the winter anyway, because
Yeah.
we can't really do it here other than Sims. So place to go is Arizona.
I'm 100% in because there is no chance you guys are going to that arena without me.
You're a mullet guy,
Yeah.
so you gotta go with us.
Well, and also, Jason, you've gotten to play golf with us and can attest that we all have good chemistry on the links together. So,
Not me. I hit the ball 14 feet when I was playing with you guys.
you piped
You know,
a
have you
few
ever,
drives,
the
though.
whole thing of like playing like up or down to the level of everyone. You know, like I was well below you guys. I never even got up there.
Well, that's
Hit a
what
couple good drives, and then after that was straight downhill.
that's what you get for playing golf with Gensel all summer. You play with guys like us, and you're like, I don't know how to handle these guys.
He's got an ugly swing. It's kind of, his golf game's a lot like his hockey game. It's ugly, but it works every time. It's just like
figures it out.
just gets it done, but it's ugly. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah. Whatever.
Well, we're going to have a chance to redeem ourselves next year in the Invitational. Technically the off season starts now for the Invitational. I know you're gearing up for NHL season, but it's also Invitational off season, so you should be spending just as much time at the range, in my opinion, as the ice.
I think you're right.
Yeah.
See, now that you say that, I'm going to start working that into the calendar daily.
Love it.
Yeah, because we have to win our own tournament, and it would not look sketchy at all. And,
No.
Jason's going to be a part of. You're going to be a part of that and helping us do that, accomplish that goal.
Yep.
All right, deal. Yeah, done. Let's do it.
I can't wait to read off the first place team and proceed to put the gift card for the winner in my pocket and then just tell everyone to leave. That'd be the best. That'd be the best way to kick off or to end the event. Is just to be like, well, we won.
I played in one this summer with Jake Gensel. It wasn't his event. I invited him. It was another guy's event. The guy that put the event on was in our group, and we won by like 7 strokes. And it was all because of Jake Gensel.
Yeah.
Like nobody else. I think we all used like one of our balls the rest of the day, and Jake, we used like every one of his shots. And we literally won by like 7 strokes at his tournament, and he had to announce himself as the winner. It was awesome. It was great. So yeah, we will do that next year.
Top tier cringe, but I'm all about it.
Yeah,
content.
We'll win. We'll win.
Rigging a charity tournament.
We'll announce that we'll be the winners, and Jason, you'll be going up to grab the gift card.
Yeah,
done.
You'll be the one, and then you got to give like a celly afterwards,
Yeah.
and then just leave.
Yeah.
Don't say bye to
Just
anybody.
walk away. That'd be so.
Just dip out the front door. Just thanks for coming.
Yeah.
Dickheads.
I love it. I love it.
We'll make it happen.
That's great.
Off season starts.
Yeah, we'll make it happen.
All right, sweet. Well, man, we're not necessarily fans of the Coyotes, but we're big fans of you. So we wish you the best of luck this season. We'll be following it, and yeah, we'll definitely come down there and do another It's a Bit mid-season check-in live from the golf course.
Perfect. All right, guys, sounds great. Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
All right, folks, welcome back to It's a Bit. Always a great talk with our buddy Jason Zucker, even though he insulted our golf games. We'll get over that, but looking forward to heading down there to the Mullet Arena, getting a live podcast with him on the golf course, and watching him play some Arizona hockey. I still got to find a jersey. If you know anyone who makes jerseys that are not the NHL shop, because they're probably $50, let me know. Get me a little knockoff jersey from Arizona. If there's any Arizona people listening, I know there are. Hit me up if you know how to get a good jersey. But let's end the show with a draft that I'm very excited about. We're drafting our favorite fantasy football team names. I screwed that up in the intro, by the way. It's the team names, not our favorite fantasy football team, because we'd be like every other sports podcast. So my team has this person, that person, that person, and that person. Well, no, it's better with this person, this person, this person, and that person. There's no way to know until the season happens who has a good fantasy team and who doesn't. So let's relax on the roster baiting. But anyways, we're just going to go over the names we like the most. And we don't have Jake here to do the officiating, so I guess that's going to have to be me. And I'm going to do a random order generator.
You know, we should force Jake's ass to do this too, by the way. Let's to randomize the order.
He picks his own name when it's like an obvious 1-1 is going to take the draft.
I choose Pablo Sanchez for the backyard baseball draft.
What a
Who's up next?
Cam,
Cam's just waiting
fucking
for
hate
this.
him. All right, you guys see? Random
Yep.
random list generator. Each of our names are on here. I'm going to hit go. kidding. Hide the screen.
Oh, Cam, you're last. That sucks, dude.
Randomize number 1 Wags, number 2 Cam, number 3 Boss.
It's a snake draft,
Oh,
so
it's a
last would have been fine.
And we'll do a snake.
So, all right. Do. With the first overall pick in the 2023 10K Best Fantasy Football Team Names Draft, producer Cam selects.
Whoa, didn't I win the draft?
Yeah.
Wags selects. God, now I miss Jake.
Yeah, right. He'd be like, it's not that easy, is it, Jack? Okay, so I saw this team name, I think last year, maybe 2 years ago. It was so great where I had to choose it. He had Adam Thielen and Nick Chubb on his team. I'm sure you can already think of the name, but his team name was Thielen a Chubb.
Yep.
Love
so that was perfect, absolutely hilarious, great comedy. So that's what I.
Does anyone else have a Adam Thielen one?
I do not.
Okay. Thielen a Chubb is fantastic. I also, in my own league that I run, one of my buddies for the last 2 years has been Thielen my cousins.
Oh,
that's a good one too.
Hooked on a Thielen is also another good one. Great
that's,
song.
That's a classic one
That's
that
a
you
classic
see.
one. Yeah, Thielen my cousins though. That's
hilarious.
and the great state of Alabama.
They approve.
They approve. All right. With the second overall pick in the 2023 10K Best Fantasy Football Names Draft, producer Cam selects.
This is the one that I use every year. I've used it for like 8 years now. It's with Plaxico Burress. He shot himself. It is Plaxidental shooting.
Yep. And like the
Accidentally shot
Vikings offense, he shot himself in the foot.
Yeah. Hey, look at you, Jack. Gosh,
Yes.
that was great. Cam, I feel like you're like the oldest you're the youngest person who still understands that reference. I feel like people a little younger than you would not understand that reference.
Oh, I'm a sports encyclopedia.
I know you are, but I just feel like most people your age don't remember that. That happened when Jack
We were
and I
in like
young.
elementary school.
Yeah.
when
Yeah.
I remember he shot himself in the. It was at like a nightclub, right?
Yeah, yes.
It's
Great story. All-time great
Unbelievable.
NFL moment.
Him
he went-
shooting himself in
he-
the nightclub. Yeah.
He went to jail for that, right?
Yes, he did.
Imagine like the personal and embarrassing trauma that comes with shooting yourself in the foot, let alone being that famous and doing it, and then having to go to the clink.
Yeah. Hey, he came back. He played another year or two after.
It's a tough stretch.
he did do that.
It's a tough stretch. All right. Do. With the third overall pick in the 2023 10K Best Fantasy Football Names Draft, I myself, Bossman, select Rock Out with My Hawk Out.
I love that.
TJ Hawkinson, especially now that he's a Vikings guy, it's even a more relevant homer name. And one of my teams is named that. And I actually had Marlo send me the Hawkamania logo that's on one of our shirts at 10ktakesmn.com. Hawk liked that design, by the way. He saw it at the 3M Open when we met him, so you should go get that shirt. It's Hawk approved. But that was like the perfect logo, too, because it's TJ Hawkinson with like the Hulk Hogan mustache. So
Hawkamania.
Yeah, Hawkamania. So Rock Out with My Hawk Out is a good one.
It's very good.
That
Also, disclaimer: do not get offended if any of these hurt your feelings. It's all fun and games.
No, none of this is meant to offend anyone.
No,
However,
you should take real offense to it. It'd be funny.
if you are mad, please direct all complaints to @producer Cam on Twitter.
Yep.
Thank you.
Or at journalist
Cam,
Jake _ 10K. Yeah, there's the Hawkamania. For those watching on YouTube,
Oh.
it's a gorgeous shirt. He's got his long, luscious hair. Marlo just crushes those designs every time, so it's great.
He's so good at life.
He's so fucking good at being a dad too.
Yeah, right. Dude, I don't understand how he does all the shit he does for
Is-
us. He works a full-time job. He's a father to 2 wonderful children, and I assume he performs his husbandly duties great to his
All right.
wife.
Now that Marlo just blew his load all over all 3 of us, Jack, what's your next one?
Well, oh yeah, that's right. It's
The
a snake
snake
draft.
draft
Do. With the 4th overall pick in the 2023 10K Best Fantasy Football Names Draft, I'm gonna go with the Daniil Milf Hunters.
That's
Yes.
a good one. I like that.
I didn't want to do all Vikings names, but all the best ones I found, I liked the Vikings ones the best. So yeah, the Daniil Milf Hunters is it's another good one.
Hell yeah. Yeah, my turn, right?
Yep.
Perfect.
Do. With the 5th overall pick in the 2023 Best 10K Fantasy Football Names Draft, producer Cam selects.
Fun fact, all of these names, too, are names that I've had, so I didn't have to research this at all. But this is for former running back Danny Woodhead. Morning Woodhead.
That's like an OG one.
Yep.
Yep.
It gets the job done.
It does.
It's a good one.
He was like 5'7" and just playing in the NFL. He made us regular guys
And
feel
like
good.
an amazing golfer who almost made it to the PGA Tour.
Damn,
Yeah,
I didn't
that's
know
right.
that actually. That's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah, I think he's gotten sponsor exempt in like a few Corn Ferry events, which is like the minor league of the PGA Tour.
Damn.
So
He's our Matt, or he's
Matt
he's
Boldy,
like Matt Boldy.
yeah, the Canadian golf PGA Tour, the Canadian Tour. Matt Boldy sponsor exempt in Brainerd, Crazy.
That is.
Love it.
All right. With the 6th overall pick in the 2023 Best 10K Fantasy Football Names Draft, Weg selects.
Jake's not here, so I'm going to steal his fantasy team name. I love it. It's the Kirkoffs.
Yep.
Jake definitely Kirks off whenever Kirk has a great game. And I think that's pretty creative because, a lot of people will do shit with the Cousins part. I like that he's doing something with the Kirks part. So, yeah, the Kirk-offs is what I'm going to do with the 6th overall pick in this draft.
Kirk off or Kirking off is another one.
Yeah, Kirking off would work.
I can definitely tell you when Jake got to meet Kirk Cousins in person, he went home and kirked off in those cute little white pants. So he's so excited he got to meet him. So
yes.
Yeah.
I'll go for my 7th
Wait,
pick.
with the 7th overall pick in the 2023 Best 10K Fantasy Football Names Draft, Weg selects.
I feel like a lot of our names have been a little bit inappropriate, so I'll do a team name that's a little bit more wholesome. I'm going to go with the Tannehills Have Eyes.
Oh, okay. That's good, though.
Yes.
That's creative still.
I like that one a lot. I watched the Hills Have Eyes, the show, or the Hill House or whatever. That was great. And also that song by The Weeknd.
Yep.
Isn't the Hills Have Eyes?
I love that team name.
I only call you when it's half past
Oh, God.
5.
That was sexual. I like it.
I love that team name, but if you are employing Ryan Tannehill, your team sucks.
Oh, yeah.
Also, Cam doesn't know that name because he's never seen a movie before.
True.
The only movie he's seen was the comeback in the Super Bowl by the Patriots in 2018.
Or the Brady Bunch.
Oh,
All the grandmas.
that's a TV show.
No.
Brady Bunch.
Wasn't the Brady Bunch a movie with a bunch of gilfs that were in love with Tom Brady? Remember that?
No,
really a
no,
TV show?
No, that was.
I know the Brady Bunch TV show. Great.
No,
TV
no,
show.
no.
Okay.
85 for Brady or
Yeah,
something
like that. Like
and it had some of the worst ratings. I think,
boobs out for Brady.
a movie had ever gotten.
Yeah, bad.
Yeah, not great. All right. With the 8th overall pick, 7th.
9th. It's actually the
9th?
8th. It's the 8th.
The
I just
8th?
said 6 and 7.
Fuck you guys. 8th overall pick in the 2023 10K Fantasy Football Best Names Draft. Producer Cam selects.
I'm also going with a wholesome one. This is for Falcons rookie running back Bijan Robinson. Bed Bath and Bijan.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I like that.
Yep.
I got another one for him. To Infinity and Bijan. That's one.
Or you could do Tua Tagovailoa, Infinity and Bijan.
Oh, so you're just getting
The
adding
double
more
whammies.
and more and more. Look at you.
Yeah.
Bijan,
Or like
Bijanception.
Bijan Mustard.
Yeah. That actually.
Bijan. Bijan.
We
we get
understood
it,
it, buddy.
That's great.
Thanks, guys. Love the response.
Great. It's great.
No,
we
that was
liked
good,
it. We
Cam.
liked it.
Congratulations.
All right. With the 9th overall pick in the 2023 10K Best Fantasy Football Name Draft, Bossman myself selects Suck My Dak.
Oh, I like that.
All of mine are inappropriate, by the way. You guys mixed in some PG ones. All the children who follow us are just going to get exposed to this.
Yeah, hey.
Thanks to me. I'm not going to let off the gas.
That's good,
So-
though. We love inappropriate.
Yeah, no, that's the bit. All right, so I got one more pick, and then we go to the final round after we all draft one more time. Dude, I don't want to pump up Jake's tires ever, but it is impressive how he does this without fucking it up because
Yeah.
it's kind of a lot to keep track
I
of.
have one more pick, but then we go to the final round. But first, we'll go to the round before the final
Yeah,
round.
that didn't come out well.
That was
I'm not
awesome.
gonna lie.
Sorry.
That was the one brain cells running around trying to get out of my head. All right. With the 10th overall pick in the 2023 Best Fantasy Football Names Draft, Cam, don't laugh at me. I'm trying my hardest. I have the Josh Jackoffs.
I like that. There we
Josh
go.
Jackoffs.
That's on the
He
same
has-
same wave as like the Kirkoffs. I like it.
He has been a jack-off so far this year. so
He's
that
not
one's
done
great.
well, so
He had to hold out for more money,
Yeah, oh no.
someone's got to do it.
He was like eating fucking feed my starving children meals and water for a living. So he needed more money. Oh
Friggin'
no.
Ramen and OJ.
Hey, he had to feed his family, okay, Cameron?
Yeah, come on.
Oh no.
Buy all those chains, too.
They look cool.
I always love when NFL players go broke. It's like, how? You didn't have... I know you probably had someone telling you not to do that, but, like, how did you still do it?
Did you see?
insanity.
Was it the Eagles game where Justin Jefferson got his chain ripped off? So he's casually throwing like a $300 chain, to the fucking.
Someone was like, yeah, JJ just threw a teacher's salary to the sideline. Yeah. I'm like, that's fucked.
That is
Most
fucked,
of
but
them
true.
that go broke is because they're too horny. So they just
True.
pay stupid amounts of child
Child
support.
support.
Zion Williams.
No.
Zion
Williamson,
is
sorry.
a horny guy.
Confirmed
Who's
horny.
like this? Like Nick Cannon, right? Isn't the guy who has like 11 kids
Yeah.
or whatever?
Antonio Cromartie, Philip Rivers.
Philip Rivers.
Oh,
But
yeah.
it's like
But
with
that's
the
one
same
woman. That's
so like
fine.
that's fine. But like
poor woman.
Still.
That poor woman.
She has seen a lot.
She's seen demons. She's got a
Dude,
playbook on having kids at this point.
There's no way you can adequately watch 12 kids at the same time and make sure everyone like turns out okay. I have 2 dogs. I can't even do that. How do you have 12 kids?
I would guess Rivers doesn't even go to the hospital anymore because like
he just
He's like,
knows how to
another
do
one,
it.
honey.
yeah,
it's like taking a football snap from a center now.
yeah,
It's automatic.
it's automatic. All right, do with the 10th overall pick in
11. I don't know anymore. I think it's 11.
with the next pick in the 2023 best 10K fantasy football names draft. Producer Cam selects.
Jason Pierre-Paul once had a firework incident where he blew off a couple fingers, so it is JPP's right-hand man.
Oh,
I've seen that one before. That's a good one.
that's a good one.
I love it.
I don't understand how one, how you just blow up your fingers in general, but how you're a star NFL defensive player who you kind of need your hands, and you're out there lighting fucking fireworks.
Don't you
It
have
is.
a
It is.
person for that?
Yeah, at that point, yeah.
Well, speaking of how NFL players blow money on so much stupid shit, just pay a guy to do it.
Right.
Pay a professional. That way you can enjoy alcohol and potentially weed if you're into that, and not have to worry about getting hurt.
Like
Well,
Snoop
why-
Dogg literally has someone that rolls his blunts.
Yeah.
just
there's
in
no
case.
excuse.
Yeah, he doesn't want to get arthritis.
Yeah.
When you're rich, why watch fireworks like a poor person? Like that's what we do. We light fireworks and we drink beer and we throw. Ha! It exploded. Ha! When you're that rich, pay someone 10
Yeah.
grand. Have the best fucking fireworks show the neighborhood will ever see.
No,
I will
us,
say it
us, the common man, we put our lives on the line to
Yes.
put on the
But,
show
like,
for the kids.
Men have caveman brains, so it's like, oh, fire. Oh, fuse. Oh, boom. And it's so much cooler when you do it
is.
yourself.
It is true. It's like a sense of there's like a feeling of accomplishment when you do it yourself, or there's like that extra level of appreciation when you were the one that made it go boom.
You know, you guys know Ryan D, 10K. I'm not gonna say his full name because this is a story that doesn't paint him in the best light. But he's a great guy. Works for 10K. He was telling me the story where they were inside launching bottle rockets at each other.
Okay,
right?
just like any other Tuesday night.
Yeah, right. And this is at his cabin or whatever, and someone shot a bottle rocket towards him, and he put his hands up to like cover, right? And as he did it, it got caught between his hand and his face, and it exploded. And he ran outside, and he couldn't hear anything. And his friends came up, and blood was dripping out of his ear. The fucking the bottle rocket, when he pinned it up against his fucking face, it exploded and it ruptured his eardrum.
What?
Yes, and he has a video of it too, and the video is fucked up. So next time you see him, you should ask to see the video.
Have you seen the video?
Yeah, he showed me at the brewery on Friday.
Can he still hear?
He's still here, dude. Yeah, he told me his nickname. He had a really unflattering nickname, and I was like, "How the fuck did you get that nickname?" And he's like, "Oh, well, because my senior year I was partially deaf because one of my ears couldn't hear because I ruptured my eardrum."
Good Lord.
What?
Yeah, that's what Ryan was telling me.
What?
Yeah, what are you so confused about?
What?
Why are you gaslighting?
He can't hear. What?
Oh,
You're doing the 50-year-old
Shut up, Cam.
dad joke as a
Right.
23-year-old.
Ryan's right ear man.
See, Jake would be making that joke.
I know. I have to bring it. You brought Jake back
I know.
to give me shit. Now I bring Jake back for being an idiot.
It's like we're bringing him back from the dead. All right. With the 12th overall pick in the 2023 Best Fantasy Football Names Draft, WAG selects.
How I Met Your Mother. I like that. Cole Kmet, tight end.
Yes.
Chicago Bears. Not the best start to the season for the
No.
Bears, but that's another friendly name. I went back and rewatched that show recently, by the way, How I Met Your Mother. It does not hold up.
Really?
Ted just seems like a creep. It's just not as entertaining.
Not as it was like when you were in high school and you didn't understand social.
Also,
Exactly, yeah.
Cole Kmet's like the one NFL player that got a really good contract for no fucking reason. He
had
did nothing for that.
He had like a decent year last year, but you're right. It wasn't even top 10 tight end year. So
No.
yeah.
it's crazy.
I do love the memes of Justin Fields wearing the astronaut suit. It says like win a game or go to the moon, and it's just a picture of him dressed as an astronaut. So I can't wait until they play the Vikings, and then I can just tweet that out after. Speaking of How I Met Your Mother, the one clip where Marshall is honoring his dad at his grave, and he goes,
Damn it.
he goes, there's no way I'd rather honor your memory than getting drunk and watching the Vikings beat the Bears. Like, so there's always that, and then after the game I can tweet out the Justin Fields meme of beat the Vikings or go to the moon, and then it'll be that. So, and he's like so serious in the photo too. I
Yeah.
love the demise of the Bears. It's great. All right, with the 13th overall pick and his final pick. See, I got that. I got it right that time. In the 2023 10K Best fantasy football names draft. Wag selects.
There's a lot of different ways you could go with this name, but someone in my fantasy league has this name, and I thought, hey, it's a fine fifth selection. I'm gonna go with Uranus Hertz.
Oh yeah.
And he his actual profile picture is of like a space explorer guy.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say it was of an ass.
Oh, it was an actual asshole, and
Damn.
Oh yeah, solid name. You could probably do a lot of different things with the Hertz name, but
Yep.
that was a funny one I saw in my team
Yep.
or in my fantasy league, so I decided to go with it.
Mike Hawk hurts. Jake's ever in
Yes.
pain. All right. Do with the 14th overall pick in the 2023 10K Best Fantasy Football Names Draft, producer Cam selects.
Last pick goes out to this player who spent his career barking at defenders while they tried to put him on a leash. It is Mike Vick's doggy daycare.
Oh.
Cameron.
PETA has now taken down
so
the
bad.
episode. Michael Vick's doggy daycare. I cannot wait until we release the graphic and all the animal rights lovers.
Oh,
are
I'm
like,
gonna get so fucked.
Cam is fucked up. Someone, you guys should distance yourself from this guy. That's fucked up. It's like, well, Vic is the one who who made the dogs fight each
I've
other.
never heard of
Pointed
dog.
it out, yeah.
Yeah. All right. With the final overall pick in the 2023 10K Fantasy Football Teams Name Draft, I select what the fuck. JJ Watt, TJ Watt.
Oh, okay.
What the fuck?
I thought you
I
was
thought-
literally just what the fuck.
No. Very simple yet effective.
Yeah, I mean that would work in leagues where some leagues do have defensive players, so it would definitely work. And I guess that if you had a fullback league, you could have the fullback Watt brother. So there you go.
Or you could just name yourself like Thanksgiving Ham for CJ Ham.
Oh, there you
Something
go.
like that.
Yeah,
So.
Thanksgiving turkey for
Yeah,
CJ
exactly.
Turkey.
A lot of possibilities there, but that does it for another episode of It's a Bit, folks. Make sure if you're listening on Spotify to I'm going to show you this after we record, Cam, to vote on the poll. There's a poll we can do on Spotify to say who had the best fantasy football team name draft. If you don't vote there, though, and you listen on another platform, no problem. You can follow us on Twitter at 10K Takes, Instagram 10K Takes. There'll be polls on that to determine who won. And you can also follow us on Facebook and Instagram, TikTok, Twitter as well. And make sure to listen to all the other pods. Third and Forever, our football pod, is back in the full swing of things. State of School, AJ is recording twice a week. The has-beens have rebranded to Live in 5. We've brought on Jordan Schmaltz, who was actually just given a shout-out today on Chicklets, if you're a Spittin' Chicklets fan. So Jordan Schmaltz, the newest member of 10,000 Takes, got a shout-out on there. Pretty cool, Live in 5. And Wild Takes will be back right around the corner. Am I missing anybody? I always miss someone, I feel like.
No, I mean,
Yes, sir.
did you say 10K bets?
Oh, 10K bets, of course. I always miss someone. Cam is down there in the trenches in Iowa.
And also,
Yes.
I kind of figured Cam would be the person who steps up there and be like, "You're
That's
missing
my fault.
my show," but okay.
He was doing
I was-
Twitter already, so
I was doing the
X.
tweets.
And then most Saturdays you can find the people on the show, the It's a Bit crew, on the radio for KFAN 100.3.
yep.
So
Gonna be doing some Gopher stuff, some wild stuff. I'll keep you updated with when we're going on the air. But this has been another episode of It's a Bit, folks. Thank you so much for your continued support of the brand and of this show in general. We'll see you next week.